Okay. That welt on Joanna's head, she's starting to look like one of those aliens from Star Trek, like with that thing on her forehead. She's starting to look like this dude right here. Look at that. Look at that thing on her head. Man, her forehead is bad.
Looking a little bit like a rhinoceros.
Scary looking. Did you say rhinoceros?
Yeah.
Like it's a dinosaur? It's rhinoceros.
Same thing, man.
Rhinoceros sounds like some sort of dinosaur. It's rhinoceros.
Potato. We always get into this.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. We are live. It is a special edition of Ringside Report. Ringside Report MMA. Ringside Report Boxing. Tyson versus Jones about to go down. This is our watch-along. UFC Vegas 15 also going down. I'm Dave. AJ is with me. Let's get going. Where is he? Where is he? AJ DeLezio with us here tonight. What's up, dude?
Hey, listen, first of all, I love that intro. And by the way, I checked it up.
What?
You didn't listen to the preview before the show starts? There's that whole monologue between me and you with the rhinoceros or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Rhinoceros.
That was a good episode. Rhinoceros. Because I was mixing the rhino and the dinosaur together, so it becomes a rhinoceros.
All right.
Hey, man, are you watching both? Are you watching both? Because I'm watching Badu Jack here fighting away, man.
I'm watching everything. I've got the UFC here in front of me on the laptop, and then in front of me on the TV, I've got the Badu Jack against McKernan fight. I don't know who these guys are, really. I'm not, like, we're MMA guys.
How can you not know Badu?
I mean, I know who Badu Jack is. Who's McKernan? I don't know much about McKernan. I've heard of Badu Jack.
Yeah, I think he just started pro, like, in 2016, so he's not, like, a really big name. But Badu Jack, I mean, we know him in Montreal for sure. He fought, like, Adonis. He fought Jean Pascal. You know, Badu Jack, man, I saw him fight live, actually, man. This guy he's awesome. Mind you, he lost his 2 fights, but you know what? He's fighting pretty well tonight.
I'm going to rely on you for the show here tonight, AJ, because, you know, MMA, grappling, you know, jiu-jitsu, amateur wrestling, freestyle wrestling, you know, whatever. I could talk about that stuff. I understand that stuff. That's my wheelhouse, you know. Professional wrestling, I could talk about professional wrestling all day. But as far as boxing, I'm not a boxer. I've done some Muay Thai in the past, you know, kickboxing, but I've never really boxed. But you've had, like, amateur boxing fights, right?
Yeah, 7. And I was going to say,
and you're what,
you got
7
the face
and
for a boxer.
Thanks.
I like to say that, but close, 6-1. But
that's good. That's good, man. I mean, you have a 6-1 amateur boxing record. I think that you have some authority on boxing. You know what you're talking about.
Not really. I mean, if we had Matt Kazavant here, then we...
I spoke to Matt earlier
Listen,
tonight.
I'm going to tell you something. My boxing coaches used to laugh because I had really, like, a short reach for boxing. Like, I have, like, not the longest arms, you know? So my game was, like, really to get in there and, like, you know, take a beating. But, you know what? It was fun times. I love boxing, and it's nice to see boxing back in the game again. But unfortunately, you have to bring Back to the Future, like my Instagram post went. You know, it's 2020, and we're going back in time, man. And you know what?
I can't believe it.
Look, if this what it takes, man, you know, it's great. I love it. You know, a lot of people are going to be watching this fight. A lot of people are hyped up. You know, I think Israel, for some reason, I heard, like, Israel is somewhere in the crowd. Or if
Israel
he's, like,
Adesanya?
He's giving, like, I think he's talking about the fight or whatnot. I think it's awesome, man.
That's cool.
But you know what? Before we started this, like, Freddie is not here, so if people are watching us for the first time, we're a whole crew of guys. Tonight it's
usually
just me
we're on
and Dave.
Right, usually we're on every Thursday at 8 o'clock. Ringside Report MMA every Thursday at 8. We talk about MMA, and then we do UFC pay-per-view watch-alongs. This is a special occasion. This is our first ever boxing watch-along, right? We usually don't do boxing fights. I mean, we watch them.
Yes and no.
But this isn't
we watched
real.
Connor. That was
Floyd.
Connor Mayweather.
I did a watch-along for that. You weren't with me. I was live on the radio. I was on for the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather boxing match. I was on live in the Montreal TSN studios, but I was on the TSN radio network across the country. I was on in Toronto, I was on in Vancouver, I was on in Calgary.
Yeah.
I think I might have been
for
on in
inviting
Ottawa
us.
too. I was on a lot of stations, and that was me and my buddy Matt Casavan, who's a boxing expert, who we have on regularly to
listening
talk
to you.
about boxing. And
We
yeah,
were
I did a
listening. It was
watch
me
along
and
for
Johnny.
that. So yeah, that's true. That's the only other watch along that I've ever done for boxing. But that wasn't on YouTube. That was a different thing. That was on the radio. This is a weird thing, the
This is a
Mike
real
Tyson
deal.
Roy Jones fight. There's talk that there's not going to be a winner. I don't know what exactly the deal is with this fight. It's a weird deal. But
Listen.
that's why we're here. We're here to kind of watch the spectacle, watch it with you, and let you know what's happening if you're not watching it, because it's going to be something, whatever it is, it's going to be worth talking about, I think.
Well, listen, I was on the Instagram about a couple hours ago, around, I think it was around 6 or something. And on the Legends Instagram, Mike Tyson came on. They were doing a live feed, and Mike came on, and man, Mike was like, I'm coming in there to win. And like somebody said, are you going to knock him out? And he's like, I'm going there to win. I mean, this guy is not taking this as some kind of celebrity fight or whatnot. Mike is going in there because he wants to win. Did you see, I mean, even the stare down, man, when they did the stare down, I mean, Roy looked like he was saying to himself, if I could read a mind, it went like this. Looking at Mike Tyson's eyes, he was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Make sure that the money gets into my account. Why am I here? Mike looks like he wants to fucking kill me. That's exactly what I saw. And I'm like, shit, Mike is not taking this as a joke. This guy's coming in here and he wants to kill Roy. And you can see it in Roy's eyes. He was probably saying to himself, what the fuck did I just do, man? Why am I here? We'll see tonight, man. I'm telling you, Tyson is. I called the Tyson knockout. And you know what? He looked in shape, man. Tyson looked good.
Yeah, he looks in
flexed.
shape. He's 54, he's in shape. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Roy Jones is 51. I just feel like Roy Jones being the guy who fought more recently in 2018. Mike hasn't fought since 2005. To me, he's like a celebrity now. He's not really a boxer anymore, and I wonder how he's going to perform in a fight against a guy who fought a couple of years ago. So I feel like Roy Jones has a really good shot at winning this fight. He's a plus 500 right now. I'm seeing it on the screen. Plus 500 to win by KO or TKO. Those are the odds for him to win, to finish Mike Tyson. Shout out to Patrick C. Hamilton, who's watching on the chat, always a supporter of the show. He says that Israel Adesanya is doing commentary for the fight. So that's going to be his role.
So, unfortunately, we can't really hear it because we can't broadcast it, so I can't really hear everything what's happening in the fight. But just looking at this with Badou Jack is looking good, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. If you're gonna look at between these two guys, who's more of a seasoned professional, who's really gone and fight some high level guys, you can't dismiss Badou Jack should win this fight. It doesn't mean in any fight, UFC or boxing. I mean, we've seen it with Mike Tyson, where you just think he's gonna win and he didn't. So those were the days back. But you know what? Only 6 losses to Mike Tyson's career, and I think the last 4 losses were in his last 4 years of fighting. Shit happens, man. But Badou Jack should beat this guy.
I'm watching the UFC fights too.
He's just
UFC main event got
over
canceled tonight. It was supposed to be Curtis
crazy?
Blaydes and Derek Lewis. Curtis Blaydes got the Rona. He's not fighting. Anthony
He ruined
Smith
our
and Devin
parlay,
Clark.
man.
Yeah, I really was going to put a good sum of money on Curtis Blaydes to win by knockout. I'm pretty disappointed that fight is not happening because I would have won a lot of money tonight.
Nope. No. Wait. You know who's disappointed? All the people that listen to our show that made money the last
several times with us killing it.
Yeah.
I've been killing it. I'm on a hot streak, AJ.
Hey, man, listen, but I got the win last week with the manner of win, so that was a good payout. If you took Dave's parlay with my suggestion for the win, you made money, man. Mama's got a brand new band. You have a good Christmas coming up.
A brand new
But tonight
what?
they blew it. Mama's got a brand new band. You don't know that?
Isn't it a
We're going
Bag?
back in time. Bag? What? A bag of cocaine? What is he?
Isn't it
John
Papa's
Jones?
got a brand new bag? Isn't that a song? Anyways, we
Oh
can
yeah,
move
maybe
on,
that's what it
AJ.
is.
If with you getting the whole thing wrong, everything wrong
It's
in
okay.
that
It's the same.
sentence.
It's the same thing. It's the
Mama's
same
got
thing.
a
It's the same
brand new
thing, Dave.
band, he said,
That's what I
but he
said.
meant to say Papa's got a brand new bag. Right?
No, no,
Did
no,
I
no,
get
no.
that
I'm
right,
sticking
AJ?
with my version.
No, okay.
No, mine is better.
Well,
my
anyways,
version's
I
better.
was telling you big time on the show that Gina Mazzani should have been a bigger favorite over Rachel Ostovich. I
Well,
knew that was going to be a one-sided fight and that Gina Mazzani was 100%
well,
going to win, and she did.
yeah, but Ostovich did well. Come on, Dave.
She didn't do that
Did you
well.
see how she escaped
What?
to take her back, man?
Yeah,
Like,
she
she was doing, they
escaped
were in the
very
north-south.
dangerous situations until she got finished
Yeah.
in the third round.
Well, she got those liver kicks, and that was the end of it. But
She
you got to
was in
give her
trouble
credit.
the
She
whole
fought
fight.
well.
She was in trouble the whole fight.
Yeah, but it was exciting. She performed. She was throwing out her
She was
her
like
punches.
a plus.
I didn't think it was.
It was like a plus 150 or something. I was like, come on. She's a way bigger underdog than that. It was like less
No,
than
for
150. It was like 120 or something. It was crazy.
Look, but she
I was
did
like,
well.
come
She
on,
made
man.
it to the third.
Put
She made
everything
it
on
to the third,
Mazzani.
David. But man, she performed a lot better than I expected. So you know what? I got to give it to Ostovich. And you know what? For sure, Dana's going to bring her back for another fight. For sure.
With a
Because I did go
4-6
on her site
record,
to
3
take a look
straight
at those
losses.
picks, man.
4-6
Damn,
as a pro? Come on. I don't think you get brought
So
back
what?
after that.
She has like 1 billion people following her, man. Every time she puts a bikini shot, her stock goes up.
So I just saw this. Who's the guy that's fighting? Jake Paul? Logan Paul? Which Paul?
Jake
Paul
Paul.
Mead?
Jake. You got
Jake
Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and then we got Paul Logan, which is our.
So Jake Paul was like backstage. I
yeah.
just saw him backstage, and he was like doing some like
What'd he do?
wrestling maneuvers, and then he did a basketball like swish thing. What?
Did he?
Strange. He's
Well,
excited.
he's mocking. He's mocking.
That's the
what
co-main
he's doing.
event of this Mike Tyson Roy Jones thing, right?
Yeah, man, that's the cool main. And you know what?
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you. Like, we're gonna go back.
The YouTube
okay?
guy. The YouTube guy, Jake Paul versus a former NBA player, Nate Robinson, right? Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
And Robinson, who's a former professional athlete, is the underdog?
Really?
Yeah,
What do you know?
which I don't really understand. And you could bet on that fight. Like, that's a fight you could bet on, at the corner store here.
I see we have a few people there. Yukon is there saying it like it is, man. Tyson is going to attack like a bull. He's absolutely right.
I see Johnny
coming
North
out,
is
man.
on the chat. Johnny North, man, come on the
Johnny,
show. You want to
why
come on the
isn't
show,
Johnny on?
Johnny?
Come on, Johnny.
Johnny could come
Seriously,
on
he
the
should
show
be
if
on
he
the
wants
show.
to.
Johnny, like seriously, I was going to ask where Johnny is. Listen, if there was no like coronavirus going on, man, me and Johnny would be at PJ's and we would be watching this fight. But you don't like us doing our like watch-alongs at PJ's. I don't know why. It's so much fun. Me and Johnny are like celebrities there.
Yeah, well,
We've done
there's no
autographs.
bars open.
We've
Nothing's
gotten free
open, John.
food.
I
You know,
just
people come up and
texted
they're like,
Johnny. See if he wants to
well,
jump
just
on the
put
show.
a comment.
Get
Just
Johnny
put a
North.
comment on YouTube.
We talked about pro wrestling last night. We had Wrestling Uncensored. Check that out on the YouTube channel if you haven't seen Wrestling Uncensored, if you're a pro wrestling fan.
I missed it last night.
This feels a lot like pro wrestling, the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones deal.
I don't know, man. Broken ribs might happen. I don't know. I mean, it could happen in wrestling. Johnny knows. He's had like some pretty deadly fights. I mean, I remember watching his strap match with Drew Onyx. You were there, Dave, for that one? The strap match?
Amazing. I was sitting right next
Man,
to you.
he got beaten like a... Man, that was terrible. I was going to say beaten like a dog, which you shouldn't be doing that kind of shit. That's not right. But, man, Johnny took a pummeling. But you know what? In my opinion, I thought he won. Drew Onyx cheated for sure. For sure.
It's pro wrestling, AJ.
I
it was
keep
predetermined. You still don't understand that pro wrestling's predetermined.
Listen, I told Johnny, man, just give me a chair and I'm going to put it over Drew Onyx's head. That's it. Done deal. Johnny should have, I swear, man, when Johnny gets back into wrestling, Which, by the way, I was watching the Fight Network and I saw what's his name, uh, the Green Phantom against what's his name, the French guy, Master,
I don't know.
fuck, Master on or something like that.
I talked to
It's a
Green
guy that
Phantom
Johnny
today.
fought.
Green Phantom was asking me about this Mike Tyson fight. Green Phantom, great pro
Oh, what
wrestler.
happened?
He texted me earlier today about the fight. You know, he's interested in watching the fight. He might jump on actually later on.
Hey, that's good because and I could talk to him about that fight that he just had. It was just recent because the ref was wearing like a mask and everything, and the Green Phantom actually lost to this guy. I don't understand why.
Crazy. Johnny's refusing to come on. He doesn't want to come on. He just wants to
Come
watch
on,
us.
Johnny, don't.
No, he's lazy. Just like Fred. Where's Fred tonight?
Fred is, that's the thing with our team. We have like an amazing like fight team. All kinds of shit. Even your brother. We do so many crazy things, but sometimes
We're all
man,
pretty
it's just me
dangerous
and Dave
guys.
Solo.
We're all pretty dangerous guys, you know? The whole
Yeah,
Ringside
but you
Report
want
team, you know?
But you want the rest. You want the fruits, the nuts, the flakes. You want that whole bag of cereal in our show because it makes it really, really colorful.
I don't know
Now
what
it's
you're
just
talking
me and
about.
you, man.
Who's the fruits, the nuts, and the
The
flakes?
nut and the flake. Well, that's
Which one?
If you're the nut and I'm the flake.
I'm the nut. You're the flake.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right.
You're the one who does the promos for Manscaped, so you could use that. Are we
I don't
doing
know.
a Manscaped commercial tonight?
Sure, if
We
you
need
want
to
to, we
keep
could
our
promo
sponsors.
Manscaped. Yeah, go to our
Well, yeah,
Manscaped
man, why not?
link, manscaped.com. Use the promo code ringside20 for all your manscaping needs when you want to get that lawnmower 3.0. It's the best. It's a great product. Get it. Shave your balls. Take care of yourself. Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Use the promo code ringside20. 20% off and free shipping. It's Black Friday every day when you use the ringside20 code. Boom.
Look, pro wrestlers and boxers, man, are shaved to the right down to the skivvies.
That's right.
These guys, man, look how
They're very
nice
shaved
and
down.
oiled their bodies are. They're using Manscaped.
Yeah, they're not.
Johnny is
They
using
have no body
Manscaped.
hair.
They have no body hair. Did you see Tyson come in, pulling up his boxers, like showing his free willy almost? This guy, he manscapes.
Is there a reason for that? Boxers shaving their
Yeah,
chest
well,
or back
like
or
just
whatever?
just like jiu-jitsu, man. It's you don't want to catch anything like staph or like anything else.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bleeding and a lot of cuts. And if you want to get something, keep body hair. That's why cyclists have to shave their legs as well. Swimmers. I don't know why the hell swimmers. I have no idea. But anyways, cyclists I can understand when they take a dive and they cut themselves all up. I mean, hair is like dangerous.
Right now in the
If
UFC,
you don't get staph, you get
UFC,
corona.
there's Ashley Evans Smith versus Norma Dumont Viana. Dumont Viana weighed 139.5 pounds for her 136 limit fight here, and that fight is happening right now. The main event tonight is going to be
keep me-
Anthony Smith against Devin Clark in the UFC. Just in case you were wondering about that. We're still waiting for Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Right now, Badu Jack and McKernan. I still don't know what his first name is, and I'm not looking it up. They're fighting.
It's Blake, I think.
I think the YouTube guy Jake Paul. I keep saying Logan Paul. It's Jake Paul, right? Are you even sure about that?
It's Jake Paul. There's Logan Paul, and then there's Jake Paul, the brothers, man. And then
All
there's
right.
Paul Logan, our Hollywood friend, who, by the way, is probably going to be watching the fight because, long story short, okay, I'm going to relay this to. Listen,
I don't
I'm just
know
going to
what
tell you
you're
the story
talking about.
quickly.
All right.
I'm going to say this to
It's
Pat.
going to be a
and-
long
and-
story.
and,
I'll tell you the
to
story
Yukon and
quickly
everybody
means
else
it's going to
that's
take forever. Yeah.
Do you want to say the story with Paul Logan, how we ended up getting him to watch our show?
Who?
Paul Logan, man, the Hollywood
the
actor.
actor Paul
Yeah.
Logan. Yeah, because you tagged him on Instagram thinking he was Logan Paul.
Exactly.
And then he started
And-
watching the show, and he's like an actor.
And then
in
he's
Hollywood.
like, he wrote back to me. And he's like, wrong guy, dude. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I thought you were Logan Paul. He's like,
That's
no, I'm
good.
Paul Logan. I'm like, oh, cool. And then from then on, man, Paul Logan's been like, he's been a good supporter of the Ringside Report show. He's making like, he's a new movie's coming out in the next couple of weeks. It's some action film that he actually produced. So I just gotta find out what it's called. There, let's give him a shout out. Pop, 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 pop.
Pop, 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 pop,
Hey,
pop.
man,
Oh,
this
when
guy is
AJ
looking-
starts going pop,
Listen.
pop, 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 you know we're in trouble because things are about to go down. So
No.
I'm trying to
But he's
get to
looking
what's
good.
happening here, AJ. It's a watch along, and I want to give some people some information. So Badu Jack and McKernan, the fight is over now, okay? And up next is the YouTube guy Jake Paul versus former NBA player Nate Robinson. And then it's the main event that we're all here for. The reason we're here, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones in an 8-round boxing match exhibition.
Heater, man.
2-minute rounds, 8 of them. A 16-minute fight between two of fighting's greatest legends. Tonight. It's goddamn actually happening. Which, you know,
I
when they
feel like-
first started talking about it, I was skeptical. Is this really going to go down? Are they really going to have this fight? Mike Tyson's
real
really
big.
going to fight again? And
Oh, yeah, buddy.
yes. Yes, he is.
Listen, man, you know what? I'm feeling like this is 1997 all over again. Evander Holyfield, Mike
See,
Tyson. The
yeah.
build-up is there.
I watched
Listen, I'm gonna
it.
tell
I
you
think I
something.
watched it maybe in 97, or I definitely watched like the replay. Remember, I definitely didn't watch the pay-per-view because I wasn't buying boxing pay-per-views. In 97,
No,
Just
no.
to,
Okay,
you
you have to
know,
go to the bars in
I
those
was wa-
days. I think you were too young. You were
Yeah,
too
I
young,
was, like,
but
12.
AJ here.
I was
Well, you can
12
still
in
go.
97.
Listen, man, if you grew up at NDG, you could get to the bars. Who
There's
couldn't
no
get into the
bars that
bars
would
at
let me
12,
in at
13?
12.
My
I
dad
didn't
used to
look.
bring me.
I didn't look more than 12. You know,
It's
in
'cause we're hanging
'97,
with
I
the
was
right
like
crew.
just 12 years old. I was pretty much 11 for most of '97, and you were how old, AJ? Roughly. Old enough to
was
go to
still a
bars
young-
and not get carded, right?
Listen,
So
What I
that's
was
what
gonna
I'm
say
saying
is
about
that-
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson for me is just this like weird old guy with a drug problem. Like that's who Mike Tyson
What?
represents for me because I am too young to have seen his prime boxing career. Like when he was great, what year was that? When Mike Tyson was the shit. 1992? You know what I mean? How are we talking about a guy who was good in 1992?
man,
This
you're
is
looking
wrestling.
at when
Who's
Tyson,
rapping right now? Is this
listen,
YG?
Khalifa
It is.
again? What happened
Oh,
before?
it is
Listen,
YG.
I was so
YG is rapping
Listen.
right now. I don't know why YG is rapping. Before Wiz Khalifa was rapping, but it seems like in between fights they have rappers now. And YG, who AJ has no idea about, is rapping right now. But AJ, incidentally, you
What
are
the hell is
dressed very, very appropriately for the YG performance. You're
Well, what do you
dressed
know?
like a blood gang member, and so is YG because he's very much about bloods and just, you know, he changes. You'll like this, AJ. He changes words like that have
Does
a
he?
C letter or a CR, like the word crazy. He'll say brazy because he's such a blood. It's strange. He speaks, you know, with different. He uses different slang terms. He's YG the rapper from, I think he's from Compton, California, as most great rappers, you know, are from. Great place for rap.
He's got the AJ look. There's no doubt about it. You know,
Yo, who won
stealing
this
my
Badu
stuff,
Jack
bro.
fight? I don't even know.
for sure, Badu Jack. It was
No,
like,
but the fight ended, AJ.
Yeah, I know. They gave him both medals, and you know what? They
What
both
did
win.
they give them
The truth-
both? Did they both win? It wasn't
gi-
clear who won.
It was both. They're actually
What?
not calling out a winner. They're
What?
not calling out a winner on this. Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't.
They
know.
didn't call out a winner for that?
I don't know, man. I didn't see hands raised.
No. That was a real fight. I didn't see hands raised either. That was not clear. They
See,
went to YG so quickly. It was not clear who won that fight. There was no post-fight like interview with the winner. What just happened?
What the hell is going on, man?
I got Lauren Cronish
me
on the
check.
chat asking us who won, and I'm like, yeah, good question. I'm just so entranced with YG's performance right now. I can't even talk about boxing. Who cares? I mean, YG is rapping right now. I love it. I love YG. I've seen YG perform. YG opened for Kendrick Lamar, I think, when I saw Kendrick Lamar. How you like that, AJ? I've seen this guy. Tremendous. He's got the famous song, Fuck Donald Trump. You know that song? Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. You know that song? It's a good song. That's YG. He's performing right now on the Mike Tyson fight for some reason. I love it, though. This is my kind of fight. YG. Wiz Khalifa was smoking weed before. Tremendous.
Listen, who was the guy that was announcing from freaking Saved by the Bell? What was that guy's name?
I don't know. I didn't see.
That?
Yo, you know, I also told
Anyways,
you.
what was
listen,
funny?
I want to tell you about some picks that I made on these women's fights, okay? I told you that Gina Mazzani was going to smash Rachel Ostovich, and she did. Finished her in the third round. And I also told you that Dumont was a very good pick as an underdog over Ashley Evans-Smith, and right now she has her mounted in the second round. Things are looking good, man. I'm telling you, I'm on fire with my MMA picks these days, AJ. I'm killing it. I don't know what's going on. I'm zoned in. Whew.
They're probably doing like the Nostradamus freaking bowl and ink shit. And
I didn't even put money on it tonight. I was just like,
You're probably going to like some voodoo like freaking lady and getting all your picks done for you.
You know what it is? I'm doing research. I'm doing a lot more research than I used to do on the fight cards, and I'm trying to.
Whoa.
You've always done research, but my research is better because I'm just better at analyzing these things, I guess.
No.
I think I'm just in the zone. Really. I'm getting lucky.
Listen, last week.
I'm a baseball guy, you know? When you're on a hot streak, I know what's going to happen. You know what happens? You know what you're waiting for when you're like, when you see the ball and it's a beach ball and you're hitting everything, you know the other shoe's going to drop at some point. You're going to break that hot streak because, you know, life has a way of evening out. But right now, I am on fire with my MMA picks. I have not lost a pick in like 4 events. It's pretty crazy.
Well, let's see what's happening here.
Dumont is smashing Ashley Evans-Smith right now. Listen, and YG is performing on the Mike Tyson fight.
That guy from Saved by the Bell, right? He's like talking and he's listening to Khalif. Not Screech, the other guy with the dark hair. I forget his name. He was playing Superman at one point.
Mario Lopez.
Superboy or something. Yeah, that's him. Mario Lopez.
Yeah, he's like he's like the host of the thing, I guess. YG is doing a full concert right now. YG is still performing. It wasn't just one song. He's still going. Are you watching this thing?
Yeah, I'm watching it. He's like, listen, so let me finish what happened. So this guy Lopez goes, you know, hey, Khalif, you know, he says something like, you know, that was good. I can smell it from here. What the hell did he mean by that?
He lit up a joint. He's talking. What do you mean? What did he mean by that? He's talking about weed, man. I thought the guy farted or something. He's talking about the guy smells weed, listen, man. No, man. Everybody else would be saying the same thing. I'm thinking, what the hell is Lopez saying? Did he just say that Khalif farted on stage and you can smell his success from here? Dude, I'm telling you, I even sent you a message. I wasn't thinking the weed. I was thinking this guy has some like gas issues. No, he lit up a joint. He lit up the joint.
Whacked. 100%.
Did you not see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I was thinking the guy farted on stage, man. I can smell your success from here. Dude, that's not cool. How about like, you know what? Dude, that was an awesome show. Way to go, man. Smoke all the weed. Up and smoke. But I can smell your success from here.
All right. You're confused.
That was funny, man.
So Badu Jack won, okay? I have a decision.
Of course he
won by unanimous decision, 80-72 on all 3 judges' scorecards.
Makes sense.
That was not clear to me watching the thing, but hey.
No.
I was also watching UFC and talking to AJ, and that's always confusing, so you never know.
Listen, there's no way Badu Jack was going to lose to this, and even Freddie picked Badu Jack. So now is the action. This is where it's coming to.
And
this is the
Habs fan
part.
for life wants to know who is fighting right now. Nobody. Right now we're in between rounds of Ashley Evans-Smith and Dumont. YG just finished performing. Mario Lopez is speaking now. He's back. He's the host of this thing, like I said, AJ. He was on like Access Hollywood or something.
So I must be behind, I guess.
I like that you know him from Saved by the Bell. Your references are so old. It's just great.
Well, what the hell, man? It's like Drake. Drake was on like Degrassi. Like everybody thinks of Drake as Jake. Fuck. Is thinking Drake as like this hot superstar singer. I look at Drake and I'm thinking about that guy in the wheelchair that was in Degrassi. And I know a few of those guys that are on our show right now, like maybe Yukon and whatnot, know what I'm talking about. Degrassi.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Look at that. This guy's hair hasn't changed like in like 25 years. What is this guy doing, man? Did he sell his soul to the devil?
Well, you're way behind my feed, AJ, because Mario Lopez is no longer talking on my feed. I got Mike Tyson, just a highlight video of Mike Tyson playing right now. His incarceration.
I'm there.
And, like, the videos of Mike Tyson look so old, like the limo that he's in.
What are you talking about, man? He was the.
I know, but this is like 1992, man. It's so crazy that it's still. He's still like a guy that is fighting for some reason. It's bizarre.
Look at that Don King. Isn't that cool to see? Like Don King.
Is he still alive?
What's happened to? He's still alive, man. Don King. He's probably like betting. I'm sure he's betting on this tonight.
Mike Tyson's prime was what? Like Mike Tyson. Okay.
86.
Just to tell you, Mike Tyson
when he was champ
had his first professional fight was before I was born. He's been a pro fighter longer than I've been alive. I have a child. That's ridiculous. He shouldn't be fighting anymore. That's crazy.
Listen, man, he was fighting. Listen, he was in the Olympics prior to that.
I'm a 3.5-year-old. This guy's been fighting longer than I've been alive. What the hell's going on? Mike, I'm 35. Man. Jesus, hang it up, dude. What the fuck?
Look at how many fights he had. He had like 37 straight wins before he came across Buster Douglas, man, back in like 1990. And you know what? Buster Douglas fight, it feels like that was like not that long ago in my eyes. But you think about it, you're thinking Buster Douglas, and that was the end of Tyson. No, he came back and he ended up winning another 8 fights, if I'm not mistaken. So the thing is that like Tyson was just a dominant force, man, through the 80s, the 90s.
The late 80s. The late 80s.
Man, it was Vanilla Ice. You had U2 rocking it. Listen, the 80s was the game, man. Did you see that video I sent you one time about like back in the 80s? How cool it was to be in the 80s?
I don't know, man. Like
Back to the Future.
You know, I was born in October of 85. There's a limit to what I remember about the 80s, man. I don't really recall a lot of the 80s. Ninja Turtles were cool. You know, I really like the Ninja Turtles. Apart from that, 80s? I can't tell you much about culture in the 80s that I remember personally.
How about Scarface? How about E.T.? How about Boy George? Vanilla Ice? Beastie Boys? What more do you want, Dave? You listen to this, whatever he was, West Coast guy. Who is this guy?
YG?
WG, whatever you call him.
YG, WG. Nate Robinson is making his walk. Here we go. Co-main event time of this thing.
Ooh, the favorite is Jake Paul, man.
And I think Norma Dumont-Viana is about to beat Ashley Evans-Smith by decision here if things go the way I'm seeing them.
Let's see.
My picks are looking really good tonight, AJ, for UFC. Tremendous. These are my 2 picks. My 3 picks for the night, right, were Dumont-Viana by upset there, Gina Mazzani, and Curtis Blades, but the Blades fight isn't happening. But Dumont, as the one underdog pick that I gave you on Thursday night, she's coming through, leading on strikes.
Oh, here he comes!
She's dominating.
Here he comes. He's looking good with his blue robe, gold gloves. Is those gold? Yes, they are. I think. Here we go. The internet star, the power of the people, and I said this a long time ago. You know, when it was Logan Paul when he was fighting that other like YouTube
Patrick
superstar.
C. Hamilton. Sorry, AJ. Patrick C. Hamilton dropped in a super chat. He says, I am expecting Mr. Burns to be fighting. Wasn't planning on watching this, but there's no hockey, damn it. And that's it. There's no NHL hockey, so a lot of people in Canada looking for something to watch on a Saturday night. This is
Who
what
put
we
that
have.
comment down?
Jake Paul. This is what we're watching. A YouTube
Listen.
guy boxing for some reason. It's Jake
but that's
Paul
not what I'm saying.
time.
Dude, I'm missing the UFC fight. How many times have I missed the UFC fight in the last couple of years? Probably zero. Tonight I'm not watching UFC live so I can watch Jake Paul fight and Tyson fight. Is that crazy? And like I said, like a couple of years back when it was Logan Paul fighting and it was on YouTube, you know, when my nephew says, hey, the best boxer in the world's fighting, I'm like, best boxer? What the fuck is the best boxer at this point? What are you talking about? He goes, it's this guy named Logan Paul. I'm like, who? Logan? What is he? Like some member from like the Castaways? I'm like, I have no idea what this guy is. He goes, oh, you got to go on YouTube. You're going to see him. And I called Dave, and I'm like, Dave, man, you better check this shit out. This guy
Yeah,
has,
I remember
like,
you were very excited about this guy a long time ago. Before I heard of him, you were telling me about him.
I
The
didn't know who he
Logan
was.
Paul and the Jake Paul. I didn't really know about them. You know, he says he wants to beat this guy, and he wants to fight I think he said he wanted to fight Dylan Dennis maybe in a fight, maybe boxing or MMA. If he fights him in MMA, it's over. Like, he's done. Like, that's ridiculous. Maybe in a boxing match, maybe. Even then, I don't know. Dylan Dennis is a professional fighter, and his jiu-jitsu is world-class. Like, I don't care how much you're training, man. No. Dylan Dennis will fuck you up in an MMA fight if you're this guy. You know, he's pretty serious. And then he says he wants to fight everybody. He wants to fight Dennis. He wants to fight Artem Lobov, and he wants to make his way through and fight Connor, which is, you know, crazy. But Connor would also destroy him. So I don't know. I'm going with the former NBA guy here. I'm going with the former NBA guy because he's a real pro athlete. This other guy is like
Jake.
YouTube guy. I know he's got like an amateur record, or boxing record, and maybe wrestling or something. He's got, you know, he's a decent athlete, but the other guy was a professional NBA player. I don't know.
So what?
It's hard to get into the NBA.
Nothing.
You got to be pretty good athletically. And if you're focusing on fighting, you might learn some things. Boom. Norma Dumont-Viana just cashed in as a big underdog.
How much?
Like I told you she was. Unanimous decision. I could tell you what the odds were on her.
So let me get back to what I was saying with Logan Paul.
Norma Dumont-Viana was not a huge underdog, but plus 130, plus 140 on some sites. So there you go. Norma Dumont-Viana with the decision win. Like I told you she was going to get on Ringside Report this past Thursday night. I continue to give you the picks. And tune in on Thursday night again. Tune in this Thursday night because I will be giving you more winning picks for UFC Vegas 16, Till versus Hermanson coming up next Saturday. I will be giving you more winning picks. Wow, Nate Robinson is all over Jake Paul, just storming at him from the get-go. I like it. This fight is on. The fight has begun. 3-minute rounds, 6 of them. We're in the first. Oh, man. I got Nate. Let's go, listen. Nate. Nate's got some nice Jordan 1
Let me finish my story. It's going to be a 2-hour story.
Tell your it's going to take forever. I don't even know. You're in the middle of a story? I'm not even listening to your story, baby.
Listen, man. We got on YouTube, and there's like 500,000 subscribers for like $20. And I'm like, Dave, who the fuck is this guy? He's going to be making more money than most of the UFC fight cards that were going on in that month. And by the time it started the fight, he had like close to like 2 million subscribers paying $20 plus a full stadium of 30,000 people. And I'm like, this is the future. And unfortunately, for real boxing, athletes and MMA athletes that have to bust their heads, this guy made more money than like professional main card fights that year for the UFC, which was unbelievable, man. And you know what? Maybe that's the way of the future, man. Just put yourself on YouTube and have Connor fight this guy, one of the Pauls, for money. And you'll make more money on one night through YouTube than you would like through the UFC.
Yeah, well, that's it. If there's big money in fighting these guys, and if they are really game to fight a real guy, like, why not take the easy money? I've heard these guys talk about fighting Floyd Mayweather. I'm hearing these guys talk about Conor McGregor. Like, if you're a professional fighter and you see these guys with a huge following that could make money for you and you could sell a lot of pay-per-views, why not? It's an easy payday. Why not?
Exactly. Why not, man? And that's what I'm saying. Here's this guy, his second professional fight. He's made more money than some guys that have been fighting the UFC the last maybe
Oh
10 years.
shit! Whoa!
Don't tell me. I'm
He's
like right
out.
behind.
Yo, Nate Robinson just got dropped. He is
I told you.
fucked up. I think it's over. Oh, it hit him in the back of the head. I don't know. Maybe that was an illegal punch. I don't know what's going on there. Dang. Whoa, he like charged at him and then fell. Oh, man, this is degenerating. This is not a great boxing match here.
But
Nate Robinson
listen,
is
man.
like, he wobbled and then he charged at him. He's charging at him again and just like holding him. Nate Robinson is just charging at Jake Paul right now. It's very strange. The first round is over. Nate got dropped in that first round. I want to see that replay. I want to see what exactly hit him that dropped him.
It looked like it was like maybe behind the ear. You see, the thing with Nate is that he's charging like a bull, man. You know, with any real pro boxer,
he
would have been like lights out in the first minute. But you know what?
This doesn't look like a real, quality boxing match. I've seen real boxing. This isn't real boxing. This looks more like a tough man contest than a boxing match so far. You know? They're swinging. I mean,
absolutely, man.
It's not.
But you know what the difference is?
Jake Paul seems like he's got a little bit more skill. Oh yeah, no, that was a good punch that he hit him with. A big kind of looping overhand right. He caught him charging in. He moved to the side and caught him with a looping overhand right that dropped him hard. This guy Nate Robinson is not a very good fighter.
Dude, and I said
like,
that.
You can fight. You can play the NBA, I guess, all you want. I mean, this guy.
Paul has
he's
been
not
really
great.
training.
He's not great. This guy, Jake Paul. He seems to have a little bit more skill. Also, doesn't seem great.
I see the punch, and then look how he drops his hands, man. Nate, like he's charging with his hands down, man. There's like no defense. He's just like so open.
Yeah. And now it seems like he's abandoned throwing punches. He's just trying to hold on to the guy. And they're just colliding. Dude, the referee's having to talk to them now, saying, look, guys, you got to do something.
6 rounds.
Wow, a lot of charging, a lot of clinching up. Yeah, 6 rounds.
He wants a brawl,
Thank
man.
God. I don't want to watch this forever.
That's what it is,
Snoop Dogg's on commentary for this, eh? I'm hearing Snoop Dogg's voice. Snoop Dogg is on commentary for this.
Man? This is ridiculous, man. You've got.
He hit him with another right hand. Robinson goes down again in the second round this time. I don't know if he's gonna get up for this. He's getting up, but he's back on his feet. But he got dropped again. Damn. This is crazy.
I like their shorts, mind you. They have nice gloves and nice shorts, man. I got to give it to them. Paul's got like that whole
Paul is beating this guy out. Oh, he dropped him again. He knocked him unconscious. He's out cold. Oh my goodness. He's out cold. Nate Robinson is down and sleeping. Jake Paul knocked him out in the second round. Good God. Wow.
Slam dunk,
This guy's got some power, man. I underestimated this guy. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's got some pop.
Listen to AJ.
I mean, he's not a great boxer. Man. He didn't move very well. His footwork was not, high level, but
he's not bad.
He hits hard.
He
seems to hit hard.
Man.
Okay.
Dave,
look, his hands
are
not bad, but his feet are not good. Right?
Listen,
look at the way he moves around in the ring.
Jab. He stepped back and he got him with a right, man.
Okay.
Let
me ask you this.
Well.
Do you think he'd be able to touch Floyd Mayweather?
Never.
But never.
You know what?
He wouldn't touch him. He'd hit air. He'd hit lots of air. He would never touch Floyd, and Floyd would destroy this guy. Any real professional fighter would beat the shit out of this guy.
He doesn't look too good, Nate, man. He's still on the ground, this poor guy. He's thinking to himself, why? Just like Roy Jones is going to say in the next couple of minutes, he's going to be like, why the fuck did I do this? He's going to forget basketball. He's going to forget his skills. He's going to actually forget his name tonight. What the fuck? And they're probably telling
Nate
you, why are you
Robinson
doing
is
this to
still
yourself?
down. He's still down,
Dude, that was a
struggling to
good.
get up onto a stool. He got, I
Listen,
mean,
that
he got
was
dropped twice before that, and then the third time was like lights out. The
listen,
second
that was
time
a
he got
good punch,
dropped,
man.
like, I don't know, maybe say, look, man, it's over. It was over after the second time. You knew it was done. After the second time he got
Jake
dropped, I
Paul's-
was like, oh, Jake Paul's for sure winning this fight now. This thing's over. And then he got put to sleep.
Dude, that poor guy couldn't even
Boom.
stand
It was
up
the same
for, like,
punch three
minutes.
times. Overhand, like that looping
That's-
overhand right. 3 times
Sure.
he hit him with and dropped him with. Same punch.
Listen, that's what he was probably practicing with his coaches. I mean, this guy has money. He could bring in like really good boxing coaches, and you know, you can laugh at the guy, you know, and say whatever, but the way he executed like that setup was somebody who's been training. And you look, he's 2-0, man, professional. Who would have known, man? Who would have known back in 1986 when Mike Tyson was banging it out like there was no tomorrow with Don King, that like in the 2020 COVID days, he'd be fighting again, but his co-main event is some guy on YouTube. Who the fuck? What's this world coming to? You know what? Sometimes I wake up in the
crazy.
morning and I'm like, is this shit for real? I'm
know.
like, I haven't seen like my friends. I haven't done jiu-jitsu in like fucking 7 months.
Yeah.
Like I haven't sat in a pub and watched a soccer game or a
Yeah.
baseball game or a hockey
Yeah.
game, you know, or watch a UFC fight and say to myself, you know, talk to some stranger, be like, do you see this shit? Do you believe this shit that's going on?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been locked up in a house.
It's December, AJ, and nobody's playing hockey in Canada.
I'm
You
wearing my
know?
hat just to remind myself that I'm in
Like,
Canada.
Yeah,
But
it's
you know what?
weird.
This is
we're living in such weird time. Mike Tyson, at 54 years old, is about to fight for the first time in 15 years in front of an empty arena.
that's what I'm
2020.
telling you, man. Nostradamus predicted shit on this. I can assure
Yeah,
you that. He
nobody
predicted a lot of
predicted this
stuff. But man, he should have
But
got
shit
this one
is-
right.
You know, I'm not good at boxing predictions. I'm not great, but I'm telling you, on my UFC predictions, AJ, I killed it tonight. 2-0, out of the park, gave you the dog, came on through.
Listen,
Boom.
in my boxing predictions,
MMA
I'm getting it right. I got
MMA
Badu
is where
Jack,
I'm at.
I got Jake Paul, and I'm going with Tyson. So listen, tonight my boxing picks are gonna come out, and you know
yeah,
what?
maybe, but
I'm
whatever.
gonna get in touch with this. Listen, I want to get in touch with this Jake Paul. I want him on our show, man. We got to do an interview with this guy because I'm gonna ask him this shit. I'll be like, when you were in 1986, oh shit, you weren't born, man. You're like Dave, fuck, you weren't born.
He's even younger than me.
Yeah, he is younger. What is he, like 24, 26? How old is this guy?
He was probably born in
Let me get you-
1996 or something. So who's on commentary here? It's Israel Adesanya, Snoop Dogg, Mauro Ranallo, and some other guy.
Snoop Dogg, man. Is this the shit? Is this the bomb?
The dog father.
This is crazy, man.
Doggy dog.
Look,
Nasty
this is where it is.
dog.
Total punches thrown. Actually, you know what? Nate actually threw like 56 punches, and Jake Paul threw 38. 10 of them landed by Nate. I mean, he was just throwing bombs. He was going to try to throw whatever he can and hopefully knock him out. But look at that.
Wow.
Look at Snoop there, man.
Is that
He looks
really
like so,
Jim Lampley, the like famous boxing guy, doing the interview with Jake Paul here after the fight? What the hell's going on here?
I'm still looking at Snoop Dogg, man. Snoop, man, is like unbelievable.
This is crazy. Snoop is doing commentary for this weird match. Like, what is this? This is so strange.
Think about the party that's gonna happen after this fight is over.
What party?
This
It's
shit is gonna
COVID,
get
man.
real.
Who's gonna party?
Not to these guys. Snoop Dogg is gonna be COVID free. Snoop is throwing a house party where Tyson, Jake, and everybody else at this is gonna be going to. Everybody's waiting to get to Snoop's house. I can assure you, man. Mike Tyson.
I
and
don't know
Snoop
why
Dogg
you
is gonna
have
be a
the
weed fest,
lowdown
man.
on the post-fight festivities.
Listen, I
AJ,
want to be
but
there.
Okay.
How come we're not there?
course.
I want to know why. Like,
Look,
we're
I'll
not
tell you
there.
this.
And
When
where's
this fight's
Freddie?
over,
What the hell's Freddie doing?
when this fight's over, I'm going to be partying very similar to Snoop Dogg, all right? So, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I want my Courvoisier, man. You don't have no Courvoisier. I want my Courvoisier.
Okay.
That's it.
Is that where
I thought
you're
you were
on?
gonna get back at.
Courvoisier? Like that Busta Rhymes song?
The latest,
Pasta
man. No, it's the latest.
Cavassier. You know that song? You don't know that
I'm
song.
talking about the ladies. Hey, you don't know the ladies, man. I'm talking ladies, man.
What ladies, man?
I knew it.
The movie?
Fred knows it. The ladies, man. Saturday Night Lights kid.
Yeah, I saw
Yes,
that
the
movie.
movie too.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe what's happening in the UFC. I can't believe another Rona destroyed the main event. What's up? Blades, man, I feel so bad for this guy because tonight was the night that he could have really made a name. You know, it's a free fight night. He's the main event. He needs this win, and he has his ticket back to, the title. But who knocks him out again? Coronavirus.
The Rona. Yeah, they're still going to do the Blades versus Lewis fight at some point. They postponed it. So it's supposed to be the main event for UFC tonight, but it's getting pushed till, whatever. UFC does a show pretty much every week now, so it doesn't really matter. It'll just get added on to a card, make a card better. It's just unfortunate because this card is just kind of like, it's pretty weak because that's really the fight anybody was tuning in for. Anthony Smith, he fought John Jones for the title, so I guess people care about him. He's fighting Devin Clark in the main event now. I'll watch that fight. I'm interested in it. But, the rest of the fights here coming up, we got Spike Carlisle and Bill Algeo, two featherweights about to fight in the octagon. They're getting introduced. Josh Parisian and Parker Porter are next. Takashi Sato and then Miguel Baeza. Yeah, I don't know why you're so high on Josh Parisian. And then it's Anthony Smith and Devin Clark. So still 3 fights to go in the UFC before they get to the main event of Smith and Clark. But we're focused on the Mike Tyson fight here, the Mike Tyson-Roy Jones fight that is next. I don't know how long we're going to have to wait. They're playing some sort of video package about something.
Did you hear Jake Paul screaming out, Israel Adesanya? He's like, man, Israel knows, man. Israel is not at the UFC, but he's at this event.
I hope he doesn't want to fight Israel Adesanya.
No. You don't want to do that. But you know what?
In a boxing match, in an MMA fight, whatever. I mean, Israel Adesanya.
But think about it. I'm surprised Connor's not here. Like, all you need is Connor, and then it would be a real circus.
Well, Connor's under UFC contract. What's he going to do? He can't come to this thing and fight, right?
Not fight, but just to be there and, commentate. Wouldn't you love to hear Connor, commentating
they'd have to
this
pay
with Snoop
so
Dogg?
much, though. You know how much they'd have to pay to get Connor?
Nah, Connor would be there just for Tyson, man. It would be like...
No,
I'm surprised Connor's not there.
That's not how it works.
Sure,
if you
it does,
want
man.
Some of Mr. McGregor's time, he's preparing for his comeback fight, okay? His comeback fight is January 23rd. His 2021 fight against Dustin Poirier is a very dangerous lightweight. He's in Ireland preparing. Have you seen Connor lately? Seen the pictures of him? He's jacked, man. Looking ready. Connor's been posting pictures of himself looking like a monster. Connor by knockout. I'm taking it now. Yo, what's with Mauro Ranallo's long hair? He looks like Beethoven or something. What's going on there? He's got hair going on? He used to have shorter hair. Now he's got all long hair. Does he still work for WWE? I don't watch NXT. Is he still on NXT? I think he is. I think he's still the NXT guy. Isn't he? Maybe he's not. I don't know. I barely watch NXT. I don't even pay attention.
You know how much this YouTuber guy's net worth is? I'm just taking a look at this, and it just goes to show you. I don't know how much he's getting paid for this boxing fight, but you know what? We better start doing something because we're YouTubers, and this guy here is 11. Listen, I've done more crazy shit than probably Jake Paul, man. But I'm going to tell you something. The guy's worth $11.5 million, man. And he's fighting as the co-main event to Mike Tyson.
Johnny says Mauro left NXT. He's not in NXT anymore. Doesn't work for WWE anymore at all.
Hey, Johnny, if you're listening, I saw on the Fight Network, I think it was AEW Wrestling or whatever, and I saw the Green Phantom fighting some guy that I forgot his name, Masterton or something like that. How come Johnny's not on these shows? How come Johnny's not on the Fight Network? He could smash all those guys. You know that, and I know that. What? What are you saying? No. Did Johnny do something we don't know about?
Not that we. Well, look.
hell, man? You're getting me nervous by not saying anything.
I know this.
Is Johnny on like Most Wanted or something?
He just doesn't work for that promotion.
Why not?
He just doesn't.
But
There
the
are
guy
reasons.
that Johnny beat.
There are reasons, but we don't need to get into them.
Johnny, man, you want me to start negotiating for you, bud?
No.
Negotiating for you?
Johnny, get AJ to start negotiating for you. Roy Jones is being interviewed right now. Is this a live interview? Because he looks not ready, like not amped up.
Yeah, it is live.
Is this live?
It's live.
Why is he talking just relaxed right now, like he's analyzing a fight and not about to fight?
Shouldn't he be
is this fight not happening? Are we going to watch another rap concert? Who else is going to rap now? So who else is rapping? Who do they get?
Vanilla Ice? Who do you got next?
Not Vanilla Ice. I would bet against Vanilla Ice 100%. I don't know. Maybe Travis Scott. That'd be fun.
So Roy Jones is pretty much saying, like, he's worried about Mike Tyson's like one punch knockout, and of course, Mike Tyson's got more than one punch.
Well, we'll see what Mike Tyson has after 2 or 3 rounds. I'd like to see this one go a little long. I'd like to see Roy drag this one out and see, at 54, 15 years removed from boxing, I would run away from Mike Tyson for several rounds and let him chase me. See what happens,
Like what, to gas him out?
Yeah.
You want to gas out Mike?
Yeah. I think he'll gas out.
It's not going to happen,
I think if you push him into later rounds, he'll probably get tired. He's 54. He hasn't boxed in 15 years, man. He's not going to not get tired. I mean, he's going to get tired at some point.
Dave, the guy runs about 20K a week. You know what I'm saying? I think he can probably go like 8 rounds of 2 minutes.
Does he really?
No problem. Yeah, he does, man. This guy is like an exercise machine now. When he looks back at his career, he was talking about 2005, and he was saying like 2005, like he looked back at his career and he says he was so embarrassed, like all the fame that he had and how everything like went down in 2005. He's like 2005 was an embarrassment to him. He wants to redeem himself. I swear to God, this guy's not coming tonight for a celebrity fight. He's coming to like exercise those demons of 2000 fight and put a rest to who Mike Tyson is. Can Mike Tyson still do it? I'm telling you, man. I worry about Roy Jones
confused. Tonight. He looks a little confused right now doing the interview. I don't know.
Because he's ready to kill. It's like a fucking. It's like
this is what I'm saying, AJ. When I see Mike Tyson, I see current day Mike Tyson. I don't see the killer scary, Mike Tyson because I don't know the killer Mike Tyson. The killer Mike Tyson was around before I was born. All right, that guy happened when I was a baby, so I don't really know about that guy. The Mike Tyson that I am familiar with, that I grew up with, I understand who he used to be, but to me, he's just this like guy who's had troubles, who's kind of a funny celebrity. So I don't know, man. Him fighting for real, it's like, what? Really? This guy? He's like
he looks like the House of Horrors right now. Yeah. He looks scary as scary can get. Look, he's already gloved up. Roy Jones was like fucking not even like taped up.
This guy's taped lucid. Up and Roy looked like at least.
Dude, this is.
No.
Tyson is. I'm telling you, man. That's scary. This looks like. Look at Tyson. He looks in great shape, man. He looks good.
I'm not impressed. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know,
this
man.
This fucking guy's ready. This guy's ready to go, man.
I don't know. We'll see.
But I'm wondering. I'd like to ask Matt Kazavad why his left hand is taped up more than his right.
I just, Mike Tyson to me is not a guy who should be boxing anymore. I remember him talking about how he didn't want to fight anymore, didn't want to hurt anybody, so many things.
Yeah, well, that was 2005 when he was looking back, He wants to hurt people, and he likes to...
Who's performing now? Who's this
Listen,
now?
man, did you ever see his video? What? What's going on? I'm still at the Mike Tyson interview.
Saint Jun? I don't even know who this is. Saint John? I don't know. There's some
What,
guy who's
St. John's
performing
Wort?
right now. No, I have no idea who this guy is. I knew YG. I know Wiz Khalifa. I don't know this Saint John
Because you
guy.
know what, dude? Because you're past now. You're in a different age category. This is for the younger guys, man. This is for the
I don't
Logan
know.
Paul like crew.
Maybe.
Who doesn't know St. John? I know St. John.
No, you don't.
I've been there like a couple of times in Newfoundland. Trust me.
Yeah,
I've seen this guy there probably.
I've never heard of this guy. Who the
Look
hell
at
is
him, man.
this
That's
guy?
cool. He's wearing his pink jacket. Look at that, man. He's Central Coast. He's an AJ. He's a Central Coast guy.
Apparently Kanye works with him. My buddy Brian says he's a Kanye guy. I don't know this guy.
He is. What's his hit song?
Apparently he does a song with Future called Roses. Maybe I know that one. Sounds
Guns N'
familiar.
Roses.
I don't know. I'm not really sure who he is.
But he's cool, man. He looks cool.
He looks all right. He looks pretty cool.
He's got style, man.
His song's
This guy's
all
got
right.
style.
I don't hate it. I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm just saying I'm not really sure who he is. All right? I know some
He's
guys.
good,
I don't know
man. He's
everybody.
good.
I am getting too old for this stuff. You know, there's a lot of these guys. I'm just like, I don't know who you are, and I'm
No,
not
I
going
was
to
just
try.
I was
and
just
learn your
about to
name.
say, you know what? I'm like now I know who St. John is.
Yeah, good for you.
You see,
You gonna start listening to him?
even AJ, that man, he's more like my kind of stuff. That my kind of music.
Really?
Yeah.
This is your kind of music?
Nowadays it is.
All right.
COVID does strange things to you, bud.
You're a strange guy.
Very strange things.
Bill Algeo seems to be beating Spike Carlisle now in the UFC while we wait for this Mike Tyson thing to happen.
What round?
2. Second round, he had him back mounted. Carlisle's
You know what?
got him back
If this
in guard.
fight, if the Tyson fight like wraps up early, I'm gonna make my way over to my television and watch the UFC fight.
Good for you, AJ.
I mean, do we end it at the boxing fights?
Yeah, the UFC, like, I don't care.
It's Anthony.
This is a Mike Tyson
Anthony
watch
Smith.
along, man. This isn't a Miguel
Alright.
Baeza Takashi Sato watch along. Who? I'm not trying to be here all night watching these UFC jabronis.
I wonder where the hell Freddie is. I mean,
I don't
you
even
can't
have
be
money on
sleeping
these
this early.
guys. You know,
Saturday night, man.
my bets are done.
What's happening on YouTube? Any questions? Anybody saying anything?
People got questions. People always have questions.
Oh, Bob Cote, I got that. He says he's worried that Tyson is going to kill Roy Jones. I pretty much agree with that. Like, you know what? Like I was saying to Dave, you know, Dave hasn't seen Tyson in his like killer years, man. Like the 80s, early 90s of like Tyson, man. The most dangerous man on the planet for a reason. And you know what? The instinct is always there. Like the guy's 54 years old, but you know what? He'll probably still bite someone's ear off. Like with no
he
problem.
was
Like no problem.
Mike Tyson was like big in 1991, and then he went to prison, and he came back in 1995. Was he the
Set up by
same when he
Don King.
came back in 1995? Because that's when I would have
Yeah.
been aware of him. Like in 1995, you know, I was about 10. I probably would be aware of him. I remember when he fought Evander Holyfield in 96 and 97. You know, I
Listen,
remember
man,
those
he beat-
fights.
I'm going to tell you, he beat at that time Peter McKinley, Buster Mathis, Frank Bruno, which was like, I remember that fight, man. There was so much hype with Frank Bruno. Then he beat Bruce Seldon, and then he lost his first fight ever to Evander Holyfield. So, yeah, the 95 Tyson, man, you know, was dangerous. He only lost prior to, back in 1990 when he came back from prison with Buster Douglas, which I always said was the biggest sham in boxing. I mean, this is really, when you look at boxing and like the downfall of boxing and Don King and like, you know, what like Don King has done. I mean, he came into the lives of so many fighters. I mean, you know, here we had the Hiltons, like the family, like we're one of the best boxing families in Canada, and he pretty much like ruined them. But he ruined Mike Tyson as well. And I'm telling you, there's always that conspiracy, and I really believe it, that Mike Tyson was set up, and Mike Tyson was had to go to prison.
Okay,
I mean,
take
this
it
guy
easy.
was not
we'll
making.
we'll see.
No,
I don't know about that.
Well, no, let me
I know
just
this
give you- let
St.
me give you a
John guy.
take.
This song, he's doing this song Roses. I know this song. I know who this guy is now. I understand. I do know
Listen,
this
let me
guy
just
St.
get
John.
back
I
to what
just
I was
didn't
saying.
know his name, but he does the hook for the
How can you not
song
know, man?
Roses.
It's Saint John.
You don't know
It
who
doesn't
he
change
is,
any
AJ.
more than that. I know him now,
Quit
man.
playing.
He's my homie.
Well, he's
Listen,
done performing
I
now,
think,
and I think the Mike Tyson fight is about to start. So that's cool. That's gonna happen.
Roy Jones wasn't even taped up. How makes sense? Crazy.
Oh wait,
But
Snoop
listen,
Dogg is gonna perform now?
what?
This is a full concert. What the hell is going on? Snoop Dogg is blowing
this is
smoke.
worth the money, man.
What is happening? Oh, he's doing the next episode. This is the theme song for Ringside Report, the podcast version.
Man, that's our song, man.
That's right.
It's a good thing we're doing a watch along then. If
And
most
he's-
people don't know, that's our theme song.
See, I don't understand. Snoop Dogg was doing commentary, and he didn't seem to be smoking. But now when he's performing, he's got a joint. Like, to me, I would rather
Maybe he's
smoke
nervous.
a joint when I'm chilling doing commentary rather than when I'm performing and constantly talking. What the hell is the point of having a joint there? It's just for the look. It's just to look cool, Snoop Dogg.
You think
All right,
so? Or
I
maybe
understand
he's
what you're
nervous.
doing there, Snoop. You're not really smoking that number. You're
Hey.
just having it there so it's smoking and you look cool because you're Snoop Dogg. But really, I mean, it's just a prop, Snoop Dogg. And I do not appreciate you using weed as a prop. You smoke that shit or you fucking pass it to somebody who will. Show some respect.
Listen, man, he's Ringside Report, man.
Huh?
Man, you don't get any cooler than this. Now, this is just worth the money. If you paid for the pay-per-view, this is it. You just sold.
Matt
Snoop Dogg in the
Cassavant
house.
just checking in. He texted me. He says Snoop performing the Ringside Report anthem. See, people know. People know that's the Ringside Report theme song.
Hey.
Snoop's bringing it. I think he just
Text
took a
back to
puff.
Matt.
Maybe
We've
he
been
took one
talking
puff.
about him. I can't believe you don't have
Oh.
Matt Cassavant on this live feed, man. Seriously. You didn't
Hey,
do
he's
it on
doing.
Thursday?
He couldn't come on. AJ, take it easy. He's doing gin and juice right now. Snoop Dogg is
What?
a song that you seem to not know, which is weird because it's one of the biggest songs in the history of hip hop. Snoop is performing it right now, and you didn't know it. And he's wearing a cool jacket, a Doggy Style jacket, which is the album cover. He's wearing the album cover of Doggy Style on his jacket, which is very nice. And that album was released 27 years ago this past Monday. It was a 27-year anniversary of Doggy Style. And you know that we celebrated.
And in fact, I even
Doggy
sent him a
style.
message from Ringside.
Of course.
Say,
with,
like, happy anniversary.
yeah, you should. You don't know anything about Doggy Style. They got the Shiznit
What?
on there. G's and Hustlers. Murder Was the Case. What's My Name? And, of course, Gin and Juice. So many classic songs on that Doggy Style album. There you go. Snoop smoking that blunt. It's got a blunt. It's not a joint. My mistake.
It's a Jamaican bat. That's
It's
what
a,
it is.
No, it's a blunt, AJ. All right, get it together. You don't even know what a blunt is.
You're too like old school, man. That's a Jamaican bat. Have you been to Jamaica?
No. It's a blunt. That jacket is really nice. My buddy Brian checking
nice,
in. He just texted me. He's like, that jacket is so dope. It really is a really cool Doggy Style jacket. Is he selling that shit?
I like his
Can I get
shoes,
a
man.
Doggy Style jacket like that?
I like your shoes, man. Snoop has nice shoes, man. Nice Converse.
Converse Chuck Taylors. Classic blue.
Purple. No, it's
They're
purple,
blue.
man.
They're blue, believe me. He's a Crip. He's a gang member.
Oh yeah, it could be.
Yeah. No, he is. I mean, I don't know if he still affiliates with... Well, I'm sure he still affiliates with Crips. Why wouldn't he? Yeah. I'm sure he still knows some Crips. Snoop was a Crip. Gang member. Just like YG, who is a Blood. But they're not fighting because it's fine. It's peace, you know?
It's all
They're
about peace now.
Bloods
Biggie
and
made
Crips.
peace.
Bloods and Crips. Snoop dressed in all
I think
blue.
they're purple.
YG dressed in all red. And they're performing on the same show for Mike Tyson. If that isn't unity, I don't know what is. Especially considering, Tupac Shakur was killed after a Mike Tyson fight, right? I like that Snoop Dogg and YG both performing in their colors, but still showing peace on this show before a Mike Tyson fight. When, of course, after a Tyson fight, one of the most horrific murders in hip-hop occurred, right? So this is significant, It is significant to see Snoop and YG performing on the same stage. on a
It's all
Mike
about love,
Tyson
bud.
fight, you know? Very hip
It's
hop.
all
I
about
like
love.
that. See, AJ, you don't understand that hip hop history, but that's why I'm here. I'm here for you.
What are you
I'm
talking
here to
about?
teach
I
you.
was telling you, I was watching like the Biggie like documentary. It was like amazing.
Yeah. Well, I gave you the CD of Ready to Die, and it was like the first time you heard it, and that was what, 2019?
I still have it in the car, by the way. I can't give it to you because COVID doesn't allow it. And you won't allow me to come over to your place, which would have made it so much easier.
You could give me a CD. You could leave it for me somewhere.
Are you kidding, man? I'm listening to that. Every time I drive, I listen.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good album.
Yeah, it is, man.
This is quite a
But
performance from
I'll
Snoop
tell you
Dogg.
one
He's
thing.
still doing songs.
The guy, he's not going to stop. They're going to have to throw him out. Snoop forgets that this is actually a boxing match. He's like,
I
shit,
never
man, is
thought
this like...
that I'd be doing. He's doing Bitch Please right now. I never thought that I'd be doing a watch along for a Snoop Dogg concert. This is strange, but I like it.
Well, what do you think of his performance?
I think
He
it's
looks
great.
good,
He's
man.
doing Drop It Like It's Hot now. He's going through the
Oh,
years
wow.
of Snoop Dogg. He started with some early
Wow, man.
hits. You know, he did What's My Name? He did a little Gin and Juice. And now he did
That's amazing.
now he's doing Drop It Like It's Hot. Of course,
Drop
a
It Like
great
It's Hot.
Pharrell produced song. Pharrell of the Neptunes, as you very well know, AJ. Classic Pharrell beat. It's got that Pharrell sound. This really was a big song for Snoop.
But, man, I'm telling you, he looks so good. He looks like a young Snoop, man.
Yeah, he
Like a
always
young
looks
pup.
good.
Look at him.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. Snoop
Weed
Dogg is
does
a
make
legend,
you
man. I
younger.
love Snoop Doggy Dogg. Tremendous. Great legend of hip hop. He's put out some of the best songs ever. How can you not love Snoop Dogg? The Chronic
And he gets himself
2001. So many Snoop Dogg albums were so good. Doggy Style, The Dog Father. I really liked. Was it Pay the Cost to Be the Boss? That was a good one. But then he did another one. I think was still on the No Limit. That had God damn, what was the name of that? I had that CD. Now we're gonna go into Snoop Dogg's discography, and I'm gonna tell you about how good Snoop Dogg is. I'm gonna give you some good Snoop Dogg songs
Get
to
some
listen
good dog
to.
advice.
Snoop Dogg, The Last Meal,
it.
released in 2000, was a fucking good album. You had Lay Low on that album. You don't know that. You know that song? You know, Better Lay Low. You know, Lay Low. Nobody move until I say so. That was on that. That was
know
really
J-Lo.
good. Set It Off. Stacey Adams. We stay on point like Stacey Adams. Bring It On. Brake Fluid. Losing Control. Feels like I'm losing control. I Can't Swim. Man, this album was good as hell. This was a great album. The Last Meal in 2000. Still on No Limit. No Limit Doggy Style. Master P, executive producer. Tremendous album. I'm a big Snoop fan. Big.
I can tell.
Paid the Cost to Be the Boss, 2002. Also a great album. I think this song was released on that. This Drop It Like It's Hot. That was on Paid the Cost to Be the Boss, right? Beautiful, of course. Everybody knows Beautiful. That was a big one. Here we go. Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson. No, Snoop's still singing and dancing. I think.
But it's not getting off, I'm telling you. He forgot that there's actually a Tyson fight going on. He's like, fuck this shit, man. I'm going to keep singing.
What is this, a new
Exactly,
Snoop song?
you
I don't
hear?
know this one. I think he's almost done.
What a performer, eh?
My
I'm
buddy
ready for
Brian
the
is
big
watching.
round
He's
table
enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, Brian. The Last Meal, he knows about that. Tremendous album. Tremendous. Snoop was so good. Patrick Hamilton wants to know if the podcast is different from the video show. No, it's the same show. It's just a podcast format. Ringside Report and Wrestling Uncensored both have podcast versions that you could download at ringsidereport.net. It's on iTunes, on all the podcasting apps. It's the video show. It's the same show that's available on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, but it's just the audio version. We have that available for you as well. If you want to just listen to it, you could just listen to the show. If you want to listen and watch, you could listen and watch. We do it all, right, AJ? We provide all the different platforms, all the different
all
mediums.
kinds of entertainment.
Yeah, because this show really started as it was a radio show first, and then it was a radio show and podcast. Then it was a video show, radio show, and podcast, and now it's the video show, podcast. So yeah. All right, we're getting into
all, man.
Snoop is done performing. We're getting into the video packages here. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones is actually going to go down soon.
Man, did they look good. God of War. Take a look, Dave.
God of War?
Like
we talking about
1980s,
Davison
man.
Figueiredo?
That's Diaco, God of War.
Davison
Figueiredo. Now, that guy there.
That's the man right there. They're calling him
Mike Tyson.
Something. I don't know. He's got like a Figgy Smalls is a nickname I saw for him. Because Figueiredo, Figgy Smalls, because he's 125 pounds.
Oh, they changed his name?
I don't think he liked it. But no, I just saw like on Twitter somebody was like, yeah, people are calling him Figgy Smalls. I was like, yeah, I don't really like that either. It's kind of weird. How about just Davison Figueiredo? I got no problem with his name. It's not hard to pronounce.
No, man. No.
It's a little hard to spell, but it's not hard to pronounce.
I think Daiko is perfect. Daiko is great.
Like Geico, but Daiko?
But he can sell commercials for like Geico.
Israel Adesanya looking fresh in his tuxedo, looking very good. UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya.
He wants to get the Snoop.
About to be the champ, I think. Champ Israel Adesanya coming through. About to be the light heavyweight champion in the UFC too. The champ. Double champ Israel Adesanya. What do you think about that, AJ?
I believe it.
Oh, yeah? You didn't believe he was going to beat your boy Paulo Costa? You should have.
I didn't think so. Well, that's because Paulo Costa wasn't at his best, man. He was not feeling well. He had an injury. I mean, shit happens.
Nobody's feeling 100% going into a fight.
Listen, man, what is everybody on the feed saying? Who are they going for? Tyson? Jones?
Yeah, what do you got here? Give me your picks on the chat. Let me know. What do you have? Mike Tyson or Roy Jones? Mike Tyson is the favorite going into this. Mike Tyson or Roy Jones? I've got Roy Jones, and you've got Mike Tyson, right, AJ? And we have a bet, don't we? Did we bet?
Yeah, so far I'm winning.
We bet bagels, right?
Man.
Exactly. So if I lose, I owe you 24 bagels. Because I owe you currently a dozen bagels. So we did double or nothing on the bagels, right?
We did bagels, but did we do it on the Tyson or was it on the Donald Trump thing? It was the Donald Trump show.
No, the Donald Trump thing, you owe me money if he's not president. It's money, cash. We bet cash on the president thing. This is bagels.
Okay, so bagels it is, man.
Yeah, if I
remember somebody called us out. They're like, what are these guys, man? These guys suck. They're betting for bagels.
Who said that?
Listen, man, we're Canadian. Some guy a long time ago. And then you banned them from the show.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, there you go. You diss the bagels, you get banned forever. Yeah, no, we bet.
Who doesn't like bagels?
I think if I lose this, I currently owe you a dozen bagels, and if I lose, I owe you double the bagels. So I owe you 24, but if I win, I owe you nothing. And I've got Roy Jones.
I'm going to take 12 Poppy and 12 Sesame.
Okay, no problem.
Now that's harmony.
And
I want them Snoop Dogg
you know
style.
what? I'll pay for them with the $20 that you owe me when Donald Trump is no longer president on January 21st. Because I'll win that bet easily. All
bets can be made at bet99.com.
There you go.
So if you want to, make your way over to bet99.com. In fact, were they putting on a decent fight tonight, Dave? Did you check?
No, not on this. Most betting places not taking bets on this because everybody was saying there's not going to be a winner. The only place that was taking bets seemed to be DraftKings, which is like the official partner of this thing.
Like, why wouldn't you take a bet? Like St. Vader or Fairmont? Man, that's a tough one. That's
do you
a real
want?
tough one. St. Vader or Fairmont? Fairmont is like probably the oldest bagel place in Montreal. I've been to like Fairmont. It's amazing, man. Amazing. But St. Vader, I know the owner. The guy is awesome. Um, it's a tough one.
St.
That's
Viator.
a tough one.
No, wait.
You know
Fairmount.
the owners are Italian. Eh?
Fairmount.
Fairmont is
Boom.
still Jewish.
There you go. Well,
But I'm
that's
gonna
why I
tell you,
picked it, I
Wes,
guess.
like
I don't know.
I'm gonna listen.
Sorry.
I'm gonna tell you good bagels. It's real bagel on
Côte St. Luc Road.
Queen Mary. Is it Côte St. Luc or Queen Mary?
Is it on Côte St. Luc Road? Up there, like in Côte St. Luc. Right?
No, the one on Queen Mary. Is it Dad's Bagels or Real Bagel?
I don't
it's
know.
real, man.
Probably real. There used to be one on
Yeah.
Côte St. Luc Road here.
Yeah,
I know.
that was.
There used to be the best
think
place
was
that I would
Dad's.
go that was 24/7 was Dad's on Sherbrooke, right?
Yeah, they closed. They used to make like even like Indian food at the same time.
Yeah, it was great. I used to get Indian food from there all the time. I used to live by there. The guy Bill, I knew the guy. I used to go in there with Ted Teven. We'd talk to the guy for an hour.
Get out of here.
No
Ted
joke.
Teven. If most
Yeah.
people don't know who Ted Teven is,
Ted
let
Teven
me
would
give you a
drive me
little brief
home.
history.
He'd drive me home
What?
after
That
the
must have
show. He'd
You
drive
know
me
what?
home
I
after
would've-
the show. We'd talk for, a few hours after the show, and then we'd go to the bagel
Man.
shop. We'd get bagels. Sometimes Ted would buy me a bagel.
Man,
His show
I
would
would
end at
love
like
to-
11 o'clock. I wouldn't get home till like 2 in the morning. I spent a lot of time with
That's
Ted
amazing.
Teven. He taught me a
I
lot.
would have loved. I
Legendary,
would have loved to see him.
legendary Montreal broadcaster. Spent a lot of time with him when I was very young, just starting out, and yeah,
But,
it was
but you
to my
ruined it for
great
me. I was gonna
benefit,
set
and
it
I'll
up.
never forget it.
I was gonna say about. I'll be like, if most people don't know who Ted Teven is, he was like probably the best sports broadcaster in Canada. I mean, I used to listen to this
Of
guy
all
as
time.
a kid because of all time, because my uncles and my cousins only listened to Ted Teven, and Ted Teven was like unbelievably knowledgeable of every sport. You name it, from horse race betting to like
Boxing,
football,
especially. He would have loved
hockey,
this.
boxing.
Ted would have loved this.
Oh
thing.
yeah,
I mean, I think he would have laughed at it,
Ted
but he
was
would have
awesome.
been interested.
But what's interesting is that Dave Simon here, this guy over here to my right or left, whatever you want to say it, is apprenticed to Ted Teven. And I keep telling Dave learned with the best, and Dave is probably the best like MMA and WWE guy in Canada. I'll be honest. Above, I don't want to mention the names, or can I mention the names, Dave?
No,
'Cause I always
let's
get in
not
trouble.
mention it.
But
Why
Dave
would
is-
we promote other
Okay,
people while
why
you're
not?
disparaging their
But
good
Dave-
names? I don't want to diss
I'm gonna
people.
tell you,
Let's
Dave-
not disrespect people while we're putting
Why
them
not?
up.
It's fun, man.
No, it's not
Listen,
nice. It's
that's
not
why you got
necessary.
me here. But anyways, so the thing is that Dave is probably like the best guy in Canada now, but he learned from the best. I'm third, well, actually fourth, because Fred is better than me and Johnny's better than me. I'll put myself fourth. But the difference between me and those guys is they won't run the streets of St. Catherine naked. I would. And anyways, I'm
And
going to
that's
tell
why
you
you're
something with
fourth.
Ted Teven. Yeah, but it's entertaining. It's all about the ratings. I told Dave
That's
this
right.
a long time ago.
That's
He's like,
right.
you can't do that shit, man. You're crazy. You're going to get us banned. I'm like, fuck that. It's all about the ratings, man. Let's do it for the ratings. And he listened to me.
I
And Ted
never saw
Teven,
you
man, had the best
parading
ratings.
nude. I never saw that.
You haven't? I did it for like $20 once. Listen,
My
I'm
dad
gonna
just
tell you
texted
something.
me. He
Ted-
says that they're no longer on Côte St. Luc Road. They're on Queen Mary and on
Word.
DeCarry, Real Bagel, but they're
So
not
that's
on
it,
Côte St.
Real.
Luc Road anymore. That
Yes,
shows how
they're the
long I've
best,
been. I
best.
haven't been in NDG in that long. I haven't lived in NDG in so long. Living in the southwest of Montreal, not
Actually-
living in
actually-
the west end.
Dave, actually, we got to give a shout out to Real Bagel because I think they're like the best bagels. And in fact,
All right.
they
I'll try
actually
and get
follow
you some.
Ringside Report as well.
Nice. Give a shout out
Yeah.
to everybody watching us on Twitch. We got a lot of people watching on Twitch tonight. Everybody, the Jake Paul fans are out. They're ready. They're watching on Twitch. So shout out to everybody watching us there. Everybody watching on Facebook and on YouTube. We are live on all three platforms right now. Johnny North going with Mike Tyson. Bob Cote says Tyson in 4 rounds. AJ going with Tyson. I'm going with
Oh, yeah.
Roy Jones. I don't know how he's going to win. I'm just going with Roy Jones, okay? Because he's fought more recently and he's younger, and that's pretty much it. But I realize he's smaller and Mike Tyson's dangerous and so on. But
younger,
I'm going
he's like
with
in his 50s, Dave.
yeah, he's 3 years younger. It's not significant, but I'm going with him because he fought in 2018, and Mike is, he hasn't fought since 2005. I don't know. I don't trust it. But we'll see what happens in the fight. I think is about to start. I don't know. They're like they're sitting there. Man. They're talking to Snoop. Morrow is talking to Snoop, trying to get his analysis post
Snoop
performance and Blunt post performance and Blunt. Which I appreciate.
Best, this has been like the craziest. You know what? It was a great pay-per-view, man. I'll tell you this. Regardless what happens between Tyson and Roy Jones, this has been awesome, man. You couldn't get better entertainment than this. I'm telling you, we're only missing Connor, and it would have been like through the roof, man. I like to see like what the pay-per-view sales are on this. Like, you know, when you think about Tyson, man, and you know, I was trying to get back to what you were trying to block me from not saying something about the conspiracy, but I really believe back in the days that Tyson was not making any money for any network. He was making no money. He'd come in and knock a guy out in like 30 seconds. So people were paying like tens of thousands of dollars for ringside seats. And get a Tyson ticket was like almost impossible. There was so much money involved, man. There were times when people were paying like 50, 60,000 to sit ringside. The problem is that you go see that, pay that amount of money, and then it's over before you know it, because nobody would go see the pre-card. Like the stadiums would be like empty, and all of a sudden it gets to the main card or the co-main, and then all of a sudden it fills up. So people were paying big money, and then it was over before you know it. You went to the bathroom, fight's over. You were talking to your buddy, it's over. You get to your seat, and people are walking out. So what happened is that a lot of networks and a lot of people were making no money, and Don King was not making money off of Tyson. They needed to get Tyson, I think, away from the game. How do you do it? Kill him? It's not like Don King hasn't done that before. Read his book.
Oh, my God.
But listen.
You're just throwing out theories here. I don't know, AJ. We'll see. What he did go to prison for is a pretty horrible offense, and if he did commit those crimes, you know, it's hard to have love and affection for the guy. There's a lot of people that were saying he was set up. He was set up. But a lot of people also, you know, said that he was guilty, and he was found guilty, and he did go to jail. So I don't know, man.
For sure, you know. But
I've had trouble thinking of Mike Tyson with warm feelings because I just don't know. We don't know.
You know what, man?
It's hard to love a guy who's, you know, potentially been accused. What was he? What did he go to jail for? Sexual assault? He went for like
sexual assault on a beauty pageant. That went to visit him at like midnight in his room. I mean, the thing is that there's so many like conflicting like stories on that event, but in the end Tyson went to jail, and in the end boxing started to make numbers.
Yeah, in the end Tyson went to jail,
and then he came back.
Yeah, but in the end he went to jail for something that's pretty horrible.
Here he comes, man. No, for sure it's horrible. There's no doubt about it. You do that shit, you deserve to go to jail. But I'm telling you, there was like a lot of like weird shit going on.
All right. Your boy Josh Parisian is fighting Porter right now in the UFC. Two heavyweights going at it. Parker Porter and Josh Parisian. They're kind of slugging it out. Oh, Michael Buffer in the ring for the ring introductions here. This is actually going to go down. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Here is Buffer in the ring to do the Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
He gets paid good money for that, eh?
Oh, yeah. It's Michael Buffer. Guy was on WCW Nitro. You better get paid big money.
Yeah, but who cares, man? You think he makes more than Bruce? No.
I don't know.
And that's the difference. Mike Buffer had the opportunity calling, but he didn't. He says, you know what, Bruce, you take it, because the UFC at that point was like a rooster-like event. And, like, in the end, I'm sure Mike at the Christmas table or Thanksgiving, he's looking over and be like, oh, fuck, man, thank God Mike Tyson is back.
Here comes Roy Jones. Roy Jones is making the walk. Here he comes. He looks very relaxed. Very relaxed. Jesus. Roy Jones coming through by himself, walking to the ring. Here we go. Just like a walk in the park. Barely moving his feet. Just a relaxed stroll into the ring. Like he's going for a sparring session. Very, very chilled out Roy Jones right now. I like it. I like the attitude from Roy Jones. He's going in there, business. Here we go.
What's he got? He's got the rooster on his leg. What is that? Yep, he's got the rooster.
Gotta have a rooster, baby. It's not a fight if there's no rooster.
Exactly, man. It ain't no cockfight. There's no rooster in the house.
Oh my God, Mike Tyson's gonna come out here. Mike Tyson's walking to the ring. Wow. Mike Tyson coming to the ring. He's got a little beanie on. He's got a black t-shirt with the sleeves cut off. Says Tyson in the back. Says Brownsville on the front, where he's from in New York. He's got his black gloves on. He's got a black mask. He's got a black beanie. Looking intimidating. Here he is. Mike Tyson is here. Roy Jones is here. They're in the ring. It's going to happen.
Man, does Tyson look... Tell me he doesn't look intimidating, Dave. Come on, man. Jesus, Murphy. Feeling like
This
the
is
90s
wild.
all over again, man.
Huh? The 90s? Doesn't feel like the 90s for me. 90s for me was like, I don't know, Little League Baseball. What's going on here? Neo? Neo's doing the national anthem? This Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker? Neo looks like a Ninja Turtle. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody talks about how Neo looks like a Ninja Turtle. I'm sure there are memes. Neo, Ninja Turtle. Ninja Turtle. If you Google Neo the Ninja Turtle, there's definitely a lot of comparisons. Oh my God, somebody actually brought him a Ninja Turtle toy so he could pose with it. Yeah.
What?
A lot of people say Neo looks like a Ninja Turtle. He's got a really big forehead. Neo looks like a Ninja Turtle. The guy doing the national anthem. Look at this guy. Tell me he doesn't look like Raphael from Ninja Turtles.
Dude, I don't see anything there of Ninja Turtle, but maybe it's just me.
I'm telling you. It's a thing.
But he has a good voice.
It's an internet thing, Neo Ninja Turtle. If you Google it, you'll find many things.
I don't see nothing there that reminds me of a Ninja Turtle.
I don't know. People have said it about Neo. I'm not the only one. All right. He's doing the national anthem. That's what's most important. He's doing the anthem because they're going to have a fight. And you have to sing the song of the country that you're in if you're going to do a main event boxing match. I think that
You should do that in the
rules.
UFC, man.
Why?
Wouldn't that be cool in the UFC?
No,
Why
stop
not,
wasting time. Get to the fight. I don't
What
need
are
to
you
see the
talking about?
anthem. I know
No,
what the
man.
national anthem of the United States is. Do I need to hear it all the time? No.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
need to hear
Aren't you
anthems
patriotic?
ever. I don't need to hear anthems
Where's Fred?
ever.
We need Fred here now.
I'm fine
See,
on an
Fred-
anthem.
I want to hear the anthem, man.
Hey, your
I
boy
wanna hear-
Josh Parisian is in bottom side mount. And he's about to
He's
get
on the
mounted.
bottom?
Yeah, he's on bottom.
Is he? Damn it. That's not good.
Porter had good side control. Now he's got top half. And he's beating
Porter
him
won the first
down.
round.
Porter, they're in the second round. And
Yeah,
your
he
boy
won the first
Parisian
round,
is on
Porter.
bottom half. I don't know.
It's not
I don't
over
know who
till
won
the,
the first.
as they say in boxing or baseball, like, is it like, are you allowed to still say it's not over till the fat lady sings? Remember that?
I don't know if
guess
you're
not.
allowed to say that, but I'll allow it on this show. I'll allow it.
It's a watch along. We pretty much say just about anything.
Not just about anything, but take it easy.
Look at Michael Buffer. Compare Michael Buffer suits to like Bruce Buffer.
Oh yeah,
Tell me
Bruce
who makes
Buffer's
more
way
money.
fresher. Well, I don't
Tell
know
me.
about that. Bruce looks way
Well,
cooler for sure.
For sure, man. Look who has like better competition than the other. Poor Mike, man. Not looking good.
All right, he said, "Let's get ready to rumble." That means they're gonna do a boxing match now. They
Mike
sang
Tyson
the
looks like he's
song of
about
the
to cry,
country.
man.
They said, "Let's get ready to rumble." You know what that means? Fight time.
It's
He's
showtime,
introducing
man.
Roy Jones, 210 pounds. How much did Mike weigh? What was the weigh-in?
220, I thought he was when he. I don't know what he is.
220.
Let's
Tyson's
get ready to
220.
rumble.
So it's not a big. I mean, 10 pounds. It's significant, but it's not huge. Are they going to announce a winner on this thing? What's the story?
I think so. I mean, they did with Jake.
Yeah, but this is an exhibition.
Look at that, 66 wins, 9 losses for Jones, man. 66 wins. Jesus.
God damn. This is crazy. I don't know. I think Mike's starting to wonder what he got himself into. Look at his face. He does not look like he wants to do this.
That's Mike Tyson all the time.
I
Mike
don't
does
know,
that
man.
all the time.
He looks like, uh-oh, this isn't a good idea. I don't know, man. The reality has set in. He's in the ring. They're announcing his name. He looks sad.
Listen, because Mike knows one thing. The minute he gets punched and he gets angry, the lion is unleashed, man.
How about if he gets punched, he falls down? How about the minute he gets punched, he falls down? Because he can't take a punch anymore because he is no longer in boxing shape because he hasn't fought in 15 years.
Look at that. 50 wins, 6 losses.
He was one of the greatest boxers of all time. But
44 knockouts on Tyson, my friend.
Roy looks kind of sad too. They both look a little sad. They're like, oh god, I
They're
can't believe we're still doing
their
this.
last fight of their life, man.
Jeez. Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe
Unless
not,
it goes
man.
remarkably well for one of them, I guess. And then
Who was the oldest MMA guy that fought? Would it be
probably Couture. Well, in UFC
Randy?
or
just in MMA in general?
MMA,
I mean, I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know.
think.
There's been some old people fighting in MMA. Here we go. Round 1
there was that
has
football
begun.
player.
It's started. Tyson coming out, throwing some jabs, hasn't landed. Roy's circling around him. Tyson landed a couple left hands to the body.
I'm a little bit behind, Dave.
Tyson's chasing him. Tyson's got the center of the ring. Roy's on the outside. Wow. Interesting. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are boxing.
Whoa, man! You know what? If you look at the jabs by Tyson, man, nice. Wow. These guys are not celebrity fighting, boys.
Well, I mean, they're, boxing so far. They're a minute into the fight.
Listen, man. They were
clinched up a couple times.
They're still fighting.
Clinching up
These
again.
These are professional fighters, man. That have gone to wars. Once you start fighting, man, you forget that you're 54 years old. You forget that you're 51. Game on. It's like anything else. It's like, regardless if you're in boxing, football, basketball, man, when you used to play the game and you start playing again, man, you're competitive. You can't get rid of that edge. It's like jiu-jitsu, or MMA, man. You can always get that surge, man, and you want to fucking win. Competitive athletes want to win.
Sure. And I'm sure Mike wants to win. I'm sure Roy wants to win. A lot of clinching in this first round.
Listen, man, I've seen some good fights in jiu-jitsu between father and son, man. You're thinking about it, you're like, oh, the dad and the son, oh, it's so beautiful. Then they start going at it, man, and I've seen some of the best fights between sons, man. Father doesn't want to lose.
Yeah.
Son doesn't want to lose.
The first round is done. Mike, I think, won the first round. I think he landed a few more than Roy did.
Oh, yeah.
If I were to score it, I'd give the first round to Mike Tyson.
I'm about 20 seconds behind. So, from what I'm seeing here, Tyson got more landed, A lot of clinching.
That was going on. Mike Tyson's got shoot the box legendary trainer Rafael Cordero in his corner. That's his corner man,
Really?
Rafael Cordero from
Jesus.
Shoot the Box.
Wow.
Legend. He's changed Fabricio Verdum's game, changed Rafael Dos Anjos' game. Great MMA coach.
It's nice to see a lot of like MMA like sort of in this fight. You know, you got Israel there. You've got like the coaches, trainers from the MMA scene. And Tyson loves like the UFC. Like he watches it endlessly, as well as Snoop Dogg. If you ever see Snoop Dogg, he like watches all the fights. He's always commenting on like who's fighting.
Yeah. Snoop's a fight fan.
Snoop is Snoop. Roy Jones is like breathing heavy, you know, like in his corner, and that's only round 1 of 2 minutes.
Okay.
But people like they'll be like, 2 minutes is nothing. Let me tell you, man, 2 minutes is a lot. 2 minutes is a lot when you still got 7 more rounds to go.
Oh, Mike hit him. Mike landed He landed one. Roy shook it off.
They made some reference to Anderson Silva. I just don't know what that was.
I don't know.
Oh, they're talking about the clinching of.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it.
clinching
Ref
so far in the
separates.
fight.
It's normal, man. These
Mike
guys...
with a right hand.
Oh, Jesus. Tyson, he's. You see, what I don't like about Jones is like he's punching and like sort of popping back, like, trying to get away. But he's dropping his head a lot. He's.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Roy tying up Mike, he's trying to slow the fight down. He's trying to kind of put his weight on him, maybe tire him out, which makes sense, He's a bigger guy. You want to tire him out. You want to see if you could outlast him and see how he is in the 4th or 5th round, See what he looks like in the later rounds of this thing. If it's scheduled for 8, let's see it go. Let's see it go 7 or 8. Let's see it go the whole thing. Let's see what happens.
Nice. Man, Tyson.
Mike's definitely winning, though. Oh, the bell rang. Mike hit a couple after the bell, but he apologized. That's nice to see this Mike Tyson, who's
moves.
like not that vicious. He's like a nice guy.
Well, he's not a nice guy, dude. He's
no, he is now.
He's fighting.
He is now. He's a different guy. No, he hit him a couple times after the bell. He didn't mean to, and then he hugged Roy and apologized for it after the fight, after the bell. Which I don't think you would have seen in Tyson's prime. All right, 2 rounds in the books. I have them both for Mike Tyson. It's not bad, They're not looking terrible. Oh, they're showing replays. Roy landed a nice jab right to Tyson's face.
But Tyson's got like this duck and step forward with the right. It's like his vintage like Tyson moves, and he still has it, man. It's like it's nice to see. Like as soon as you see like the footwork and like the way Tyson would like move like forward, it's like that's Mike Tyson. It's his steps, and it's nice to see, He's looking good, man. He's looking good.
Tyson landed 8 punches. Roy landed 2 in the first round, and then in the second round it was 16-13 for Tyson.
Yeah.
Ooh. Roy keeps tying up Tyson. A lot of clinching, a lot of little shots in the clinch of the body. Roy's slowing it down. He's keeping it slow. Oh, the referee's warning. Oh, no, the referee's checking because it was a bit of a clash of heads, I think. Mike's head kind of bumped into Roy's forehead. Roy's all right, though.
Yeah, but that's typical Tyson. When he gets in, like into the clinch, he always has that head. And that was the reason why Evander Holyfield flipped out and kept like saying that Tyson was like headbutting him and whatnot. And then it escalated to the point where Tyson ended up biting off Evander's ear.
Because he kind of goes low and shoots up.
Listen, sure, because you got to remember, Tyson's fighting heavyweight. But when you look at his size, like height-wise, he was always fighting guys way taller than him. So he needed to get on the inside of that pocket. And a lot of times he would pop up and try to throw that uppercut. And yeah, he would catch his opponents off guard because he's always getting in close.
Roy landed a couple of good shots before clinching up Tyson again. Roy's starting to look a lot better in this round. I wonder if Mike's starting to slow down here.
No, because if you look at who's clinching more, I mean, it is Jones. Again,
Yeah, but he's doing that as part of the strategy, I think.
Yeah, it's also the fact that he's like not capable of like really exchanging. I mean, he's tired already. It's the third round. 6 minutes already in. Look, it's actually a pretty good fight, you know?
3 rounds in, that third round, I don't know.
I probably would give it to Tyson.
I might give it to Roy.
He's got more body shots in.
If there was a round to give to Roy, I would give that round to Roy. I don't know. That was a close one. Third round was closer than the first 2.
Tyson looked good, man. He looked good. And I like the fact that it's not like an over-glorified sparring match.
Yeah, no, they're fighting. Going into the 4th round here. I'm interested to see what this fight looks like after the halfway point. You know, what's the 5th round going to look like? What's the 6th round going to look like? That's when these guys are really going to be tested. 4th round now.
Even the commentators are saying it's a good fight, you know, so.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yep.
A lot of clinching, not as much action as I would have liked to have seen, but, it's the way it is. Ooh. Jones landed a nice right hand. Popped him. This is not bad. A lot of clinching. Mike lands a couple body shots in the clinch. The ref's really letting him fight a lot in this clinch, eh? He's not really jumping in to separate it. Eventually he jumps in, but he's letting him kind of play in the clinch for a while. Oh, the ref warned him for holding. Warned Roy Jones for holding Mike for too much. Huh. Ooh. Mike landed a good right to the body there. I think Mike's biting him. It kind of looked like he was biting his ear. I don't think he was, but it kind of looked like he was. Wouldn't that'd be crazy?
Funny if that happened, man.
Imagine.
It'd be like, listen, anything can happen, man.
Yeah.
Tyson's not a beast for no reason, man.
All right, 4th round is done. I think the 4th was Tyson's. I think pretty much everything's been Tyson's. 3rd round was close, but I don't know. I don't know. Tyson seems to be winning this fight. All right. Well, what do you think, AJ? We're halfway through this thing. It's been, not terrible. Not terrible. I'm sure both guys are going to start slowing down, though. It's going to get a little slower, but, I mean, if they just clinch each other up, it's not going to look that bad. If they keep fighting the way they're fighting, I think they can go all 8 rounds, and it'll look, decent. They're not moving around that much, so you don't really see the lack of speed. They're mostly just grabbing each other and kind of hitting each other in the clinch, so it doesn't, it's not ugly. It doesn't make them look bad. It's just not super action-packed. Tyson landed a good body shot there early in the 5th round. We're past the halfway mark of this thing.
Mm, having a little bit of technical issues here.
Oh, you lost your stream, didn't you, AJ? AJ
Yeah.
lost his feed. AJ's always having technical problems. Don't worry, AJ. I'll let you know what's going on. They're clinching each other. I want to see these guys really open up. You know, that's what I want to see. I want to see these guys throwing. I don't want to see them throw a hand and then grab each other. I mean, it was fine for the first couple rounds, but like, man, is the whole fight going to be like this? It seems like it is. Oh,
Tell me,
nice
Dave, what's
shot from
happening?
Mike. Mike landed a nice right hand. They're separating a little bit. Roy with a jab. Yeah, clinching again. I don't know. Mike's landing a little bit more than Roy. They're clinching each other. Not too much happening in the clinch. Oh, Mike's opening up now. Landing some good shots on Roy towards the end of the 5th round. Huh. Not bad. Not bad. I think Mike Tyson's winning this thing. It might go to a decision, too. I don't know. Roy seems to be a little tired. And he got shook up towards the end of that round. He got hit pretty hard. Roy might be in some trouble. AJ's lost his feed, all of his equipment is crapped out, and he's now just gone silent on us.
Went freaking silent mode, man.
What happened?
Don't worry, things will be okay. Don't worry. It's all under control.
Did you forget to plug in your iPad again?
No. Everything's looking irate.
Round 6. And they clinch up again. AJ, you with me? You still here?
I'm with you,
You
bud.
right?
I'm listening to you, man. It's like be like Snoop
Oh,
Dogg,
nice
man.
shot from Tyson. Tyson's starting to open up.
Okay.
He almost he hit him with one that was a little low, but not quite below the belt, but it was close. Oh, good. Nice right hand to the body from Mike.
Tell me, Dave. Tell me.
I'm telling you exactly what's happening. Mike Tyson's winning this fight, man. Roy Jones landed a little jab there, clinched him up again. That seems to be Roy's strategy, you know? Land one and grab. Oh, Roy just took a big breath. Looks a little tired. He actually seems more tired than Mike Tyson is. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Tyson's in such good shape because he's 54 and he hasn't fought in 15 years. You know, I'm surprised that he seems to be the fresher guy. I wasn't expecting that.
You didn't believe me when I told you he was training for this, like he really wanted to win?
Yeah,
he said it. He's coming here to win. Win. That's Tyson, man.
All right. Roy kind of jumped into a punch there. Roy's looking for one. I think Roy knows he's down on the scorecards and he's trying to see if he can land a few good ones on Mike, put him down. At this point, I think that's what he needs to win the fight. Your boy Josh Parisian lost, by the way, to Parker Porter.
By what decision?
I don't know. I'll check it out. But Parisian lost. I told you, I don't know why you were so high on the guy. I'd seen some stuff and I wasn't super impressed.
Everybody has a bad day, man.
Decision. Parker Porter wins. So, that's what's going on in the UFC. Right now, you got Baeza and Sato, the co-main event for the UFC right now, going on. And Mike Tyson and Roy Jones starting the 7th round, 7th of 8.
I'll tell you something. If when Mike Tyson throws those hooks, man, if Jones didn't duck, he would have been knocked out, man. Tyson is throwing these bombs.
Oh, Tyson and Roy starting to open up. Roy landing a couple. Mike landing a couple. They clinch again. Let's see. This is the last 2 rounds. Let's see him go. Oh.
Come on, Tyson.
Wow. Tyson really charging in.
Oh, Jones is trying to do his quick step, and then Tyson to the body, man. That's what happens. It was nice to see Jones show a little bit of energy with his quick steps there, but Tyson, man, going for that liver, man.
Tyson's right there in his face the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roy's not having much success here. Oh, nice.
His hands are down, man. He's tired. Oof.
$30 seconds left here in the 7th round. Ooh, Mike swung at some big air there. If he landed that, it would have been trouble. Oh, Roy looks tired.
Hey, man, they make it to the 8th, which is
they're
awesome,
going to go
man.
all the way.
Oof, man.
Now, do they go to a decision?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But, man, you're right. If Tyson would have connected with that swing, man, it would have been a good night for Roy.
Yeah. All right, well, I think Mike is winning this fight. I'm not really sure where it is as far as scores or whatever, but I think he's won most of the rounds. 7 rounds in the books. We're going to go into the 8th and final round here coming up.
And Tyson looks good, man. He doesn't look tired at all, man. It's nice, man.
In the UFC, Takashi Sato just took a knee to the balls. So they're taking a little break ski.
Another little manscaped action?
Yeah. Little problem.
Christmas.
Why is Snoop Dogg providing so much analysis on this fight?
Because it's Snoop Dogg, man.
I like the performance, but why is he the lead analyst of this fight? Seems like he's talking more than anybody else.
He's right, man. Snoop is like my take is one punch can end this fight, and he very deep. He's got a point. Snoop Dogg knows what he's talking about.
I guess so. The final round has begun.
Here we go.
They're clinching again.
Yeah, like he says, it hasn't been smooth sailing. Man, Tyson is just really trying to connect with that punch. Every time you see him get towards that ear, I'm thinking about what you said, man.
Oh, Roy's landing
Just don't do it.
In the 8th. Roy's starting to move now. Oh, they're both starting to move now. Whoa, here we go. Let's go, guys. There's a minute left in this thing. Separate and fight.
Tyson, man. Jesus. Scary, man. When you gotta duck and run, man. When Tyson's coming at you, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, there he is, Mike Tyson. 30 seconds left in this fight. You know, it's been all right.
Oh,
Not super entertaining.
man, those body. Well, you know what? It has. Well, I'd say it was entertaining. I think it was. It wasn't like an over glorified like sparring session. I mean, these
No,
guys
they came out to fight. I mean,
fight.
it hasn't been the best
At
fight
50
though.
years old. Well, it hasn't. It has, you know what? It was actually. I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, but I think for you it's a nostalgia. As far as
Jones,
like a
man.
good fight,
No,
you know, how great of a fight
listen.
was this? I mean, it was all right. It's over. I think Mike Tyson won, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean,
Probably. Are they going to announce a winner by decision? Are they actually doing that? Because if they don't, then our bagel bet is like, you know, null and void.
look,
Right?
maybe Jones won like one round, which was the third, I think, that you called it, and that was close. But other than that, I mean, it was Tyson all the way.
We'll see. I
But
don't
he looks
know.
good, man.
It's over. They're
He
taking
could
their
have went
gloves
like a
off.
couple more rounds.
Yeah. So I think they're going to announce something. Do they announce a winner? Were there
Let's see,
judges? I don't know. I mean, most sports books weren't taking bets. People said it was an exhibition. Is there a winner?
Yeah, but there was. Look, there was a lot of things. Like there was supposed to be no knockouts and all that kind of crazy stuff, and then
Yeah. People were saying that if there was a cut, the fight would have been stopped. I don't even know if that was true. I heard different reports about that. The promotion was like, no, it's not true. The athletic commission was like, yeah, it is true. I don't know. But nobody got cut.
it's funny. I just heard like Snoop Dogg saying something. Like he was asked, like, "What do you think of the fight?" He goes, "Listen, man. When I was a kid and I heard 54 and 51, it was like old shit. People in rocking chairs." But it just goes to show you, man. You know what? Uh, it's a different time, man. You could be like 50, 55, 60, you know, 70, man. People are still going at it. As long as you keep in shape, like mentally and physically, man, you could do it.
Sure.
Right, Dave?
I guess.
Listen,
yeah,
man,
you
you
can
gotta give
fight
him credit,
forever if
man.
you want to. If you want to.
You got to give these guys credit. You got to give them credit, man.
You got to give it to them. You know.
Got to give it to them, man.
And if you have a
Hats
name,
off,
people
man.
will stick around and watch you fight. Okay. I think they're announcing a winner.
Franco says they should have had an MMA fight. Actually, Tyson would probably do better because I know that he was training with a couple of guys from the UFC. Come on, Lopez. Don't tell me it smelled like a great fight.
Michael Buffer's talking about the broadcast team and everything. I don't understand why he's not announcing the. I don't know what this is. Are they announcing a winner?
It looks like they are. Yeah, scoring and opinions, man. Let's go. WBC, let's do it.
I don't know what's happening. They like went back to the commentary team. They had them both in the ring. They went back to the commentary team.
Snoop Dogg is proud.
I don't know what the hell is going on this thing. They're talking. Does the commentary team score it? It's Sugar Ray Leonard, Mauro Ranallo, Israel Adesanya, and Snoop Dogg, and they're doing commentary, and I feel like maybe they're also scoring the fight? I don't understand who's scoring this fight, when they're going to announce a winner, if they're going to announce a winner. They had them both there. The referee was holding their arms like they were about to announce a winner, and then they went back to the commentary team.
Oh, Tyson looks mad, man. Tyson's mad. He's like, what the fuck's going on, man? Announce me as the winner.
I have no idea what's going on right now. This is weird. I'm trying to figure out who won officially, if there's going to be an official winner. They're still talking about how great of a night this was and how much fun they've all had.
And Israel is like hamming it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
He said it was epic. You know what? I liked it, man.
Ooh, Baeza's on top of Takashi Sato. He had him flattened out there for a second. Oh, he's got him flattened out. Scorecards. It's a draw.
Get the fuck out.
They scored it a draw.
Didn't even come close to a draw.
I only
You're
owe you a
joking,
dozen
man.
bagels, AJ. It's a push, baby. It's a draw.
That's bullshit.
Suck
That's
it,
a
AJ.
totally bullshit. That's a
Apparently,
bullshit call.
They just announced it.
Who is it? Adelaide Bird that's fucking calling this? That's ridiculous.
They're not happy with the draw. I don't know. But apparently the former champions who were the judges have ruled this fight a draw. And Baeza just choked out Takashi Sato with a rear naked choke in the co-main event of the UFC.
Well, Jones is...
He's like, I don't know if I'm going to do it again.
He's saying that everything that Mike threw hurt. He's cool with the draw, but he says every shot that Mike threw hurt him.
Mike is showing him respect.
Look,
he's saying, I hit you with a good shot, and you took it. I respect that. They're shaking hands. Mike and Roy being very respectful, but it is a draw. Officially,
come on, Dave. Let's
scored
be honest,
a draw.
Man.
Oh, no.
You have to look at this fight.
Yeah. The UFC fight is over. But and this Mike Tyson, Roy Jones thing is over. It's a draw, AJ. Sorry, I'd love to give you an extra dozen bagels, but our bet is a total push, so I'll still owe you a dozen, but not 2 dozen, because they didn't score this fight for Mike Tyson, even though probably. But I'm not giving you probably. It's got to be for real, for real. So it's a draw.
What the fuck, a draw?
I mean,
are you serious?
I mean,
There's no way it's a draw. Like if
it's
like,
a draw.
Honestly,
I mean, it's obviously.
Maybe I would have gave maybe one round to Jones, maybe the third round, which was so close. But all the rounds were Tyson, man. Let's be honest.
I mean, look, is this more outrageous than the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight, the first one, when that was called a draw?
Or the
I
Canelo
thought Tyson
fight?
Fury won that fight.
I mean, come on.
You know, boxing is weird. Things happen at the end of boxing matches. Results are given, and you're like, huh? Draw? Huh? That guy win? What? And, you know, it happened again, man. Another big boxing show, and it ends with a weird judge's decision where everybody in the world feels like Mike Tyson won that fight. Even me, who, you know, I bet on Jones, but, hey, Tyson I thought won, but the judges scoring it a draw.
So do you agree that you might owe me bagels, man? If you think that Tyson won, that technically means I won.
That's not how it works.
What does our world say, man? What's the universe saying?
It's got to be official, man. For a bet. For a bet, like if I had gone to a bookie, right, and bet on Mike Tyson to win, would I have won money? The answer is no, AJ. The answer is no. So do you win bagels off a Mike Tyson win? No, because Mike Tyson didn't technically win tonight. Blame the former champions. Oh, sorry, it's an arm triangle choke. I looked away. He looked like he had him flattened out. He was going to rear naked choke him, but Baeza arm triangle choked Sato in the second round. Submission win either way in the co-main event of the UFC card tonight.
I like what Tyson said, man. Everybody was worried about Jones's ass, man. Like, you know, he only stopped fighting like 2 years ago. I stopped like fighting 15 years ago, and everybody was worried about him. I like Tyson, you know. At least he's saying it as it is. But, man, look at these two guys together. Tyson looks awesome, man.
Yeah, it looks good. You know, he's in shape. What are you going to do?
And you know that
he's in shape for sure, you know? I don't know. Is he an elite athlete at this point? Not anymore, but he's a legend of the sport. Gotta give it to him. Him and Roy Jones put on a show. Was it the greatest show I've ever seen? No. But,
Well,
I watched it.
look,
I'll give them
it
that.
wasn't like,
I watched it.
listen, man, it was entertaining, man. Like, with like the entertainment part of it, and the Jake Paul fight. I mean,
Yeah,
what?
that
At
was
least it
fun.
was like
The
a
co-main
knockout.
event was fun when somebody got knocked unconscious. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
And Badu Jack fight was good. I enjoyed that one.
I was still watching UFC when that fight was going on.
Tyson's all confused. He didn't know if he should go like out. He went out one way and he got confused. They came back out the other way. Man, this is awesome. Oh, are they bringing Tyson back? What's happening here?
I think we're done with it. They went backstage. They left. They're gone.
Oh, here he is.
Mario Lopez is saying bye. It's over.
This smelled like a great fight, according to him.
Mario Lopez just said good night and God bless. You know what that means? The show's over. When Mario
It means
Lopez
get the
says
fuck
good
out,
night,
buy your
it's
T-shirt.
goddamn over.
Well, it was. I'll give it thumbs up. You know what? I'll give it. It was good, man. It was good. I don't like
I didn't
draws,
love
but
it.
you know what? We all know Tyson won this fight. Tyson won the fight. They want to give it a draw to make it like, an exhibition fight. Like they said, they already decided from the beginning. I think it was Bob Cote that said it. They decided from the beginning that there would be no winner. But Tyson was throwing some really nice body shots.
So why
there,
score
man,
it?
and like Jones said,
Why score it?
understand.
Why announce a decision? I know that they were saying it was going to be no winner, but they both seemed like a little surprised that it was ruled a draw, right? So I don't think that Mike and Roy knew that it was going to be a draw. I think the judges, whoever they were, scored it a draw. It was scored as a fight of sorts, and it was scored a draw for some reason. I don't know, man. Adelaide Bird was scoring the fight.
That's what I said earlier, man. But you know what? What it comes down to is that.
Look, this was all about the money. This was a cash grab, and everybody knows there's more money in the rematch, right?
You know what? I was just about to say that, and I just see Franco answering it, saying that they probably want to have another one for charity, and exactly.
Or for more money.
They did a draw.
If this sold on pay-per-view, if people were texting me about this fight, people were excited about this fight. If this thing sold on pay-per-view, this thing was trending very well. If this thing did well on pay-per-view, they might do it again.
Yep.
Is that something you'd want to see again? It's not something I want to see again. I'll watch it again because I'm a fight fan. But look, if this goes up against like a John Jones fight or an Israel Adesanya fight or a Davison Figueiredo fight, I'm going to watch the UFC fight over this. This is fun. This is kind of a, sideshow type of deal. But as far as a serious professional fight, it's like, yeah, all right. It's, it is what it is. I watched the first one. I don't know if I need to see it again. It's not something that I'm dying to watch again. But I'll tune in because I tune into all the big fights. I tune into this one, so why wouldn't I tune in again? It's like I don't want to watch Floyd Mayweather box Conor McGregor again, but I would because, it's on.
I would.
If it was on, I would have to watch it because of, the lifestyle that we have. But otherwise, it's not really something that I'm dying to see, I'm seeing a commercial now for Tony Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira. That's some shit I want to see. That's something I'm more interested in. When's that happening? By God. Ooh, that's a co-main event of the next pay-per-view? Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno, and the co-main event is Tony Ferg against Charles Oliveira? Shit. See, if that's on opposite Mike Tyson, Roy Jones 2, I gotta watch that UFC.
For sure, man.
Right?
And that's what I was gonna say is depending if Tyson, for sure I'm gonna watch it if there was nothing really that spectacular in the UFC. But any other name, then listen, tonight's card is good. I like Anthony Smith, but you know what? I was willing to watch the Tyson fight till the end. But if you're gonna put anybody else, or even Tony Ferguson co-main event fight,
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching the UFC over this. There's no
I'm
doubt
watching
about
Tony
it.
Ferguson over a lot of things, you know? Like you tell me Tony
Absolutely.
Ferguson is fighting, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm there. There's very few things that you could put on opposite a Tony Ferguson fight that would get me away from a Tony Ferguson fight. Like, what could it be, you know? Oh, Tony Ferguson's fighting, but over here on this other channel, Conor McGregor's fighting. It's like, oh, what, really? You know, but that's not happening because they fight in the same promotion. So it just doesn't happen. You know, Tony Ferguson is a guy that I want to see. I like to see Mike Tyson. That was fun. And I appreciate I appreciate everybody watching. I especially appreciate Patrick C. Hamilton dropping the super chat saying thanks for the fun. We appreciate you, Patrick. Thank you to everybody for watching us tonight. I know a lot of people were watching us on Twitch. A lot of people watching us on Facebook. A lot of people watching us on YouTube. So I appreciate all the eyeballs, everybody watching us here tonight. If you want to catch the replay, it'll be on. Also available at ringsidereport.net, our online home. Go there. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dave Simon MMA. Follow AJ on Twitter and Instagram at Dan E. Bruck. That's it. That's all. We'll be back together with Freddie Thursday night, 8 p.m. for Ringside Report MMA, where I will give you more winning picks for the UFC. I cashed in with Norma Dumont, Viana, tonight as the underdog. I cashed in with Gina Mazzani. I had her big as the lock of the night over the lovely Rachel Ostovich. I told you it was going to go down, and it did, and I will give you more winning picks. I'm going to do research all day tomorrow. I'm going to watch a ton of UFC fights, and I will give you more winning picks coming up Thursday night, 8 p.m. on Ringside Report MMA, because I keep on winning. I'm nonstop, okay?
Yeah, but you got to give me credit, too, that I got the win last week. The main event, I called the win, and the submission. So if you wanted to make some extra cash, go with Dave's parlay, listen to my main event call.
Yeah, but you also had 2 fight picks wrong that I had right. You took Shogun, and you took Cynthia Calvillo, and that was a bad pick.
Listen, me and Fred went with Shogun, and you know what?
I give you winners, nothing but winners. AJ got the method of victory, which is good too, and yeah, AJ, but I'm giving you nothing but winners. I'm gonna give you more winners on Thursday. AJ, give me more like give me more guarantees. I want your lock of the night on Thursday. Okay?
Well, I thought Tyson won tonight, and I would have been
8 random picks, and one of them comes through, and you brag about it for years. All right? I want you to I'm talking about it because I'm coming through on every single pick. Every pick I'm giving you is a winner. Don't give me a million picks and then one of them comes through and you're like, oh, see, I'm a genius. No, that's not genius.
No. Listen, I always say it's the main event that I know. That's the one that I follow.
All right. Well, we love you all for watching.
So far, listen,
AJ, you're a good man.
You've been doing good.
I've been doing really good.
Good show, bud, and thanks to everybody watching tonight. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And now go watch the UFC. Main event's coming up.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Look at the hiccups here. What the heck?
Tyson Jones, it actually happened in the books, ends in a draw. Thanks for watching.
Ooh.